live. Hello everyone and welcome back to another live Antwoord Movie Mania, but this is a very special live event because I am hosting my very first Stabathon live, and as you can see I am not alone. I am joined by a few special guests as we are going to be talking about the entire Scream franchise leading up to ahead of Scream 7. So I would like to welcome everybody to the channel, to Stabathon. Right, so before we get started, would everyone like to go around, introduce yourselves, and let everyone know what your channel is all about? So the floor is yours.
Who's going first?
Go for it. Anyone can just go for it.
I'll go first just because I just spoke. So yeah, I'm Stacey. I only just recently created my non-private page, Life with the G-Pies. Don't really know what my page is about yet, but I love everything horror, everything Disney. I love everything geeky, retro. Yeah, basically, yeah, I'm just looking to share my life and my passions. So yeah, we'll see what that becomes. But yeah, happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
More than welcome. Right, who's next?
I can go if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm Mitch Cassidy from the YouTube channel Primetime Mitch. It's been going a couple of years. I'm on social media under the same name as well. I review all kinds of film genres, but there's a liberal dose of horror because that happens to be my biggest passion.
Fair enough. Very good. Who wants to go next?
I'll jump in then if that's okay. So I'm Janine, known officially as Grey Horror, and as the name suggests, I am all things horror. Initially started with like mythology, hence the name Grey, and then kind of evolved into reviews because turns out I love talking about film as much as I love watching it, and I've recently fallen into the independent horror space, mostly attending film festivals and supporting indie filmmakers and directors. So that's kind of my jam right now.
Very good. And finally,
and I'm Becky. You can find me at This Girl Loves Horror on Instagram and do a bit on TikTok as well. Mostly just do movie reviews and sharing my horror collection. So,
well, big thank you for all coming on the channel.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is our very first Stabathon. This is a massive event for all of us because we've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks now, and we've all been looking forward to it for weeks. So shall we get cracking and get? Actually, no. First off, what have you all done this weekend?
Oh.
Well,
For the first time in a long time.
Short memory.
It's been a long weekend, and we're only on Sunday evening. So yesterday I got regular kind of seems like every few months we go to Warhammer World because I'm based in Nottingham. So we went there. The other half of some Christmas vouchers to spend and went a bit of shopping, which was fun. And then today has been my weekly trip to the cinema. I got to see Iron Lung and Send Help. And my God, what a double header. So good. I can't actually explain how good Iron Lung was. It's wonderful.
Excellent.
I've done very little this weekend. We've just watched films and stayed horizontal, mainly because I had a bad back for a lot of it. But this is the quietest weekend I've had in about 3 months. So it's been long overdue. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I work weekends, so pretty boring, I'm afraid.
Nice.
No, I just had family round yesterday for a takeaway. We were at a kid's birthday party this morning. Always fun a Sunday morning. It was fun actually. And yeah, just chilled out today. So yeah, it's been pretty quiet. On the countdown to this, basically. This was my weekend.
Yeah, for me, I went to the Odeon yesterday, and I took my son and the wife to see a film called Goat. It's like a kid's film about a goat basketball player who wants to be like the goat because he's a goat.
Yeah.
Is it good?
The player, yeah. But then, like, I went in the Odeon and they were selling off. Like, I sent you the picture of the popcorn buckets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but they had all sorts. They had Wicked, Tron, like the proper big buckets. So I was like, when I seen them, I was like, when they first come out, they're like £20 for one thing, and like they were selling them off £3.50 or two for £5. So I was like,
I'll have them.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
then we had to get the really cool horror themed 3D buckets, right? We had the Anaconda one.
Anaconda, yeah.
And
Yeah, I
that
would
was
have loved that one.
wonderful. Like if they did one for Jaws for the 50th, I'd snap that
Oh,
up. Like, could you imagine Jaws with like the oh man, that would be so cool.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't get any of the cool stuff over here. It's
No.
rubbish.
I know,
No.
like you were saying there, I'd seen like behind the till that they had the big anacondas, you know, with the snake coming out the
Yeah.
top. And I
Oh,
was like, is that in the offer? And they were like, no, that's not in the offer. So I was like,
yeah.
You should be there if it's not in the offer.
I know, that's what I mean. Like,
Exactly.
I was like, why,
Yeah.
why tease them? Why tease us?
Yeah. I'm
But,
buzzing for the Scream. I am hoping that I can get the Scream ones when I'm in Florida. So
Oh yeah.
we'll see.
oh yeah, if you want to grab me, I'd be more than happy.
Yeah, bring a bunch.
I am literally going to try and get as many as I can in the case for all the people that are in our chat. So yeah.
You could do a markup and that will pay your additional luggage. Just take an extra case.
I might need no case, you know. It's fine.
Yeah, I sent that video of like my own popcorn bucket because like it only cost me. Well, I found out someone on eBay who sends who makes the horror decals. The decal thing. So I was like, when Scream 5 came out, I think it was when they started or Scream 6 when they started releasing them popcorn buckets.
Yeah.
I was like, I want one of them, so I decided to make my own. So I ordered one off eBay, and I got someone to make the 4 decals for a £5. And I was like, oh, instead of adding a 5th horror icon, can you put my YouTube logo in? So they were like, yeah, we can do that. And then I bought a 60p plastic ball out of Tesco, and I just
Brilliant.
Done.
Result.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I mean. So I thought I've got my own personalised bucket.
Yeah. Love it.
Love it.
Here for it.
Then I had a Chinese on the night, and then I went to the Comic Con this morning as Ghostface. So I've got all.
That's right.
I've got that video to put together, but I think I've made a pretty good intro for. Because when I go to these Comic Cons, I always like to try and make like a good intro.
Yeah.
But with it being Ghostface and with the new film coming out with a certain catchphrase, and I think I've done it all right.
Cool. We shall look out for it.
Right, are we ready to dive into this?
Always.
All right, I know, like I said, like I messaged you guys earlier when I tried to get Lee Waddell onto it. Like he was so up for doing it as well, but he was at a convention, so he was like, I can't do it. So
Yeah,
like,
we look forward to Tuesday anyway. That's fine. It gives us something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
I know, I was like, oh, it would have been such a nice surprise. I was like, oh, well, I'm going to talk about Scream, but I just add someone else in, and then he would have popped in.
Ah, that would have been awesome. I tell you
With
what,
technical issues, that might be that might have been a good thing that he didn't turn up. Just been sitting there like, what's going on? What's going on?
also, I'm not joining you at 4 a.m. I'm afraid. I'm catching the cat. 4 a.m.
No, that was it would have been. No, it would have been on the afternoon his time because he did it at night time his time.
Yeah.
It was because when I did that interview, I was absolutely shattered. I got in from work at 12, and then I was in bed for 2, and then I was up for 4, and it was
That's brutal.
Yeah.
Worth it though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was worth it. I definitely got it. Andy didn't charge me anything. Every person I get on this channel doesn't charge me anything for doing these interviews.
That's amazing, eh?
Yeah. I mean, the other day I tried asking the person who plays Carlisle off Twilight.
Oh
Yeah, I was talking to him the other day, and he was like, "Oh, you need to get in touch with my management team." And then when they messaged me, they were like, "Oh, if you want him for half an hour, it's going to be between £800 to £900." I was like, what?
yeah.
I very cunningly managed to nab somebody from Puppet Master for my first like
well done.
I'm very excited. He's all over my socials anyway, so everyone knows who he is, but I'm like inbox buddies now.
Cool.
So I'm very excited about that one. Yeah.
I always find it really strange when they're so casually okay about it. Like when I messaged Jeffrey Reddick on Twitter about doing Final Destination before it came out. He was just like, yeah, buddy, whenever you want.
I love that.
No negotiations or anything. Is that it?
Yeah. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, with interviews and stuff, like every other month or so, I'll just message like a load of people to like I want them to come on. And if they get back to me, they get back to me, and then if they don't, then it's no loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
that's it. Like Shy Wayne's getting his sweeties, as they say.
But the amount of people that have said to me that they can do March, and I'm like, oh my god, I've got like that many people booked in for March now. I'm like,
oh,
it's such a tough position to be in to have too many interviews, but
absolutely,
I mean,
it's a good problem.
I'll make it work. I'll just do it.
Absolutely.
Right. Are we gonna let's crack it? Let's get into it.
Absolutely.
We've got a lot to get through. Right. So, Scream 1, written by Kevin Williamson, directed by Wes Craven. Let's start with the opening, because this opening, it just defies, it sets the standard for the rest of that film. It sets the tone for it. When I was talking to Lee Waddell about it, in the interview I did, we were going through that opening scene, and he was saying it took I think it was because he said that they were just going full pelt with the filming because the studios didn't know what they were agreed to film, letting them shoot. So he said that full opening scene was done over 2 nights.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So he said Drew Barrymore was amazing. She was so professional to work with. Wes Craven knew exactly what direction he wanted to go in, and he was like, oh, he was just putting me, because I'm used to stunt work. He was just putting me through the mill, just making me jump through things and crash into things and run everywhere. And I just love how you can just sense that slow build up to who am I looking at? You know what I mean?
I love that feeling you get when you first experience that. It's one of those cold opens that I wish I could revisit for the first time. Because you always remember your first time seeing Scream's cold open, and you don't know what kind of film you're going into. You have no idea where it's going. You recognize Drew Barrymore because at that point she was quite recognizable, already child actress, but kind of grown up in the industry. So you knew her, but no idea what else was going on. And it's such it's iconic for a reason, and it's been done to death for a reason, and it's wonderful.
Yeah. And do you know what else I love about the Scream franchise as well? And it's exactly what you've just said there about Drew Barrymore is Drew Barrymore was the best known actress in that film, and they just offed her. Yeah. And it's they literally get you hook, line, and sinker every single time. It's oh, I'm so excited. That actress is, or that, but whoever it is. And it's this is a great opening scene. And it's why do I fall for it every single time? Because they're going to kill them as the opening scene. And every single time you're just oh, here we go again. But they absolutely just get you. And I love that.
Do it again, would they?
You bang on about that as well, because not only was she with the big lead role, but she was also on the iconic cover.
Oh.
As well,
exactly.
So you lose your cover in the opening
final girl.
I'm sure Wes wanted her to be Sydney.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm sure Wes was proper pushing for her to be Sydney, but then she was no, kill me off right at the beginning, make a statement.
Just give me some money.
I'm going on holiday in 3 days. Make it quick, you know.
2 nights done.
Out, payment done.
Yeah, but it's that opening, it's such a killer opening, isn't it? With obviously he starts chasing her through the house.
Yeah.
With the phone call with the boyfriend. Like, let's just talk about the boyfriend tied to the chair for a minute.
Yeah.
Like Stephen Off, that's his name, isn't it?
Yeah, Steve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen. So like, the one thing I love about it, it's that it breaks the fourth wall, like with horror. Like it's obviously we all know it's a horror film, but in their reality, horror films are just horror films.
Yeah.
Like with Halloween, you know, Prom Night, Evil Dead, or whatever, and that he gets quizzed on it to like try and save his life.
Yeah.
It's just such a like a play on play. Like that's how do you say? That's when Meta did Meta come into it back then, or was it like later on that Meta got started talking about?
I actually think meta was heavily prevalent in and not as much talked about in Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and this was more obvious with it. I feel anyway.
Yeah, New Nightmare, I think, was the first time that I kind of recognized rewatching it that meta was a thing before it was a really overused coin term. Because you had Freddy coming into the world but chasing the real actors. And it was like he's actually hunting those actors as Freddy Krueger. It was wonderful. But Scream really brought that to the forefront, I think.
Yeah.
I think if you weren't already a Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, New Nightmare fan, you kind of got New Nightmare, but it didn't really fit, I felt, with the rest of the films until that point. It wasn't until Scream brought it to the front line, and then really non-horror fans were able to appreciate that style of filmmaking for the first time.
Yeah, exactly, completely agree. But right, please clarify something for me, because this is something that's been sticking in my brain of lately. With the opening kill where he says, "Which door am I at?" Right, are Billy and Stu actually there, or is it just one person? Because if it's both of them, then no matter what she answers, she's screwed anyway.
I was going to say, I assumed it must have been both of them there.
Same.
Really? Do you know, I've never really thought that it was both. Like, I always thought that it was Billy, because he then turns up at the window, and then the next day, like, they're at the water fountain thing, and they're like, "Oh, he was with me last night," and all that. So it's like, oh, wait a minute. Like, so I don't know. And I think throughout the thing, I think you never actually know who's who, like, who kills who.
Doing it, yeah.
Do you think, though, if it was just Billy, that it would have been a stroke of luck that she chose the door that he was stood at, right? I like to think in my head, only now there's two. If she had an option, you're like you said, and like having one at both makes more sense for the story.
Yeah.
Yourself in that world. If she goes the other way, well, you've lost your kill, right? But I don't know.
But also, he's watching her, isn't he? Is he not watching her?
Yeah.
It's a big house to watch, though. Not gonna lie.
One thing I want to pick up on when they're at the school, where the ghost face runs down the corridor, like, and scares everybody. Stu is looking in Tatum's locker, and he's like looking, you know, with the mirror, because you know when he smashes his head through at the beginning.
Yeah.
Has anyone picked up on that?
Not until now.
Evidently not.
I've got a blank expression. Like, yeah,
you said it. I'm sure I've read something about that before, but yeah,
I've only watched it about 45 million times.
It's when Billy goes to jail, but like he's like stood there looking with the mirror, like looking at his forehead, because obviously,
100%. Yeah, no, I mean, he is. I've recognised the fact that he's doing that before, but I've never thought of why. So there you go. Right, okay. More homework needed.
And also, if he was, when Tatum says at the fountain he was with me last night, maybe he just went to the bathroom for a long time.
I'll be right back. Yeah.
All right. So my next one was the video store sequence where Randy. Right. So first off, right. I know I met Bex at For the Love of Horror. Did any of you other three go?
No.
I wasn't there long enough. I could only fleetingly make it, but I can relate to what you're saying, I think.
Yeah, so obviously I met Bex there, and like that was the first. Actually, it's nice to meet you all there, screen to face.
Yeah.
Face to face, screen to face.
Nice to meet you.
Don't interact on each other's reels. It's never really like a live interaction, you know. So
I know
And
that's
at least I get to see you talking back as opposed to that shambles on Christmas Eve. So
that was brilliant, though. I was drunkenly
I
making
love that.
cake while you were cooking as well, so you weren't
Yeah.
alone. In that
That's my annual tradition now, Mitch. Like, and we're going to have a cook-off one day.
It's now my annual tradition, so
Yeah.
I'm making it.
It was
soon.
fun. It was fun. Anyway, we digress.
Right, yes. So obviously, I met Better for the Love of Horror, but when they did the Scream Q&A, like everyone was, when they were asking, like, who was on the stage at the time? It was Lee Waddell, the sheriff, Randy, and Mary Shelton, Judy Hicks.
Yeah.
And everyone was sat down when they were answering the questions. So, like, you just imagine sitting up on that stage and then, like, everyone just sat down like that with the mic. Obviously, the amount of people that were there, you'd be like looking like, where the hell are you? Like, you won't able to see them. All you're doing is like listening to the questions. So, as soon as he was walking up to me, like past us with the mic, I just give my phone to the next person. I said, "Hey, you record this." So I just grabbed the mic off him. I said, "Hey, give us it here." So I got up. I put this on my like. Obviously, I made 2 days worth of For the Love of Horror content, which, like, it was my first time there, so I had an absolute blast.
Yeah.
Like, I got the first day, I got Nick Castle to do my intro. The second day, I got Jamie Kennedy to do my intro, and then at the end of day 1, I got what's his name off the Lost Boys? Tim Capello to play me out with I Still Believe while he was on stage practicing. So I was like, it was unreal. Like, them 2 days were just unreal. Like, for first time. Right. Anyway, right. So I got the mic, and I got up and I said, over here. I said, I stopped the interview. Like, I stopped, like, the guy on the stage. I just stopped him. I went, right, can you just hang on a sec? I just turned around to everyone and I said, right, first off, who are you, Mrs. Blockbuster Video? And everyone just went, a massive cheer. So my question's to Randy. I said, since your character got fired twice in the film, I said, how in the world did you convince the management to rehire you a third time? And then everyone just burst out laughing. And he was like,
It's that nerdish charm, isn't it? It's irresistible.
Absolutely.
and also contains the funniest thing in that scene for me is when he scatters all his videos about, and when he accosts him the first time, that kills me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every scene with Randy just steals it.
Oh,
he's wonderful.
absolutely. He's a legend, isn't he? And I love that. I know we're going to talk about other films, but I just think that, like, I love that he's still this kind of lovable, he's almost still a main character in your heart, if you like, you know, in all the other films, because, like, he's niece and nephew and things in him later on, and I love that Randy's just such a huge part of the whole franchise, even though the poor guy was offed early on. But
I think they definitely regret not keeping him in a bit longer.
Oh yeah.
We'll get to that in number 2. We'll get
there.
We'll get all the tears out the way for number 2. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the one thing, right? I would give anything to go back to a video shop, like to just spend hours and hours in there looking at the covers, deciding on what to rent. It's just one of them things that you wish you could just go back in time to just.
Yeah.
One of the very few things I remember doing with my father was, like, on a Sunday evening, we'd go and we'd do the 7-day rentals, and he'd allow me underage to go and get a horror title. And always something about that freaking clown and those claws on that cover that it's always good. And then he'd go straight to the gaming section to go and get my new Sonic game or whatever was on Mega Drive.
Oh my God, I forgot you could do that as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wonderful.
Totally.
And then I remember, like, when Blockbuster actually closed, having the bargain bins and running in and going, all your rental DVDs were like 20p, and just come out
Yeah.
with arms. You're like, I'm gonna have all of this. This is all mine now.
Yeah. Do you not feel like it's probably come full circle in a sense, and maybe it's just our generation, but like I genuinely think if they opened up a Blockbuster again, I think it would do really well.
I do know.
Like,
yeah.
because I know that I would love to take Willow and be like, right, let's go and pick a wee film, and like I just love it. And I would do it even if she wasn't here, if she was, babysitter or whatever it is. So I'm like, hey, let's go get the popcorn, ice cream, like, oh, spent a fortune, Ben and Jerry's and all that, and do you know what I mean? But great.
I still have a
it.
VHS player as well. I still use mine all the time. Can't wait to set it up when we move.
That. Yeah.
Such
That's
a simple
love that.
scene, though. I think it's such a simple scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I've got it in my garage. That's why I made my own Blockbusters. I've sent you all the pictures.
That's right. Yeah. It's ace.
Yeah, like every weekend I'm in there, I'll pick something out. I've got the Blockbuster rental cases, the membership of one card,
Love it. Aye.
We'll be getting our cards in the post then, yeah?
Eh?
Our cards in the post soon, yeah?
Yeah.
Only if you send it back rewound.
Of course. Yeah. Big kind rewind and all that.
Yeah. But do you know what, right? For what it cost me to make that full thing, how much did it cost me? It was 40 quid for an 8-tier shoe rack. That's all it was, off Amazon. And then I just went to the library and I Googled it, pasted it, printed it, and then laminated the rest. And it was done.
Aye. Love it.
And yeah.
Do you not think that scene in the video store is actually, it's the greatest example, I think, of it could not be done in any other location?
Yeah.
They had to pick that to go with the theme in general, but the fact that Randy was so obsessed with movies, he could only work in a video store. He couldn't do any other job, I don't think, at that point. And it was it wouldn't have worked in the school corridors. That had been done. It wouldn't have worked at the fountain. It had to be there.
Totally agree.
Exactly. I mean, when you look at it with the speech and everything, like he says, "Oh, it's definitely Billy," or his dad's probably dead in a ditch somewhere. Like it gives pretty much the entire plot away in that.
Yeah, and I think that's the other thing. Like I love about Scream as well is like they're so obvious. Like to quote it as well, everybody's a suspect. It's like everybody is a suspect, like, and we'll get to that obviously later in other films as well, but like even like in Scream 1, the OG, like the boots coming below the the toilet when they're in the school, and then it's like the sheriff and he like puts out his cigarette with his boot, like they make you think that everybody is a suspect. And like Dewey's in the other room on the phone when Sydney gets a phone call and he doesn't run in until she's hung up the phone, and it's like they're delaying that. It's as if I just love, and I think that's just what I love about Scream so much. And they're so obvious. Like I don't know why we never know, because they kind of tell you who the killer is every single time, and we're going, who's the killer? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like
I kind of love that, but at the same time, every time a new one is released, it fills me with anxiety, because the whole time I'm one of these that has to watch it and figure it out, and my brain is running at like 90 miles an hour going, well, that's wonderful, but I'm not listening to what you're saying because I'm still thinking about the person before and how they did it. Like, and it's always that, for me, Scream is almost more watchable the second time round, because the first time I unpick it all. We know that they put you 6-7 false killers before you actually get there. But I don't know what it is. It's just something, probably the way my brain is wired, that I'm always trying to figure it out early.
I totally know what you mean though. But I love that though. I do love it.
The one thing I just want to pick up on there with that toilet scene where Ghostface attacks Sydney, how long was that Ghostface actually waiting in that toilet for? Because when he went in, there was like...
How did he know that it would be her that would come in?
He may have had a stack of magazines, we don't know.
I was going to say, he wouldn't have had a phone at that point, would he? So.
Right, so let's talk about the Wes Craven cameo as Freddy.
I
I
love
mean,
that.
he has like a daft cameo. He has a daft cameo, but I don't know if any of you have ever picked this up. Like you probably will have, but I'll go through it anyway. When they're in the police station, and you've got Dewey, Tatum, and Sydney, and Dewey's trying to take them out, and she starts having a go at him, and he goes, "Don't shout at me like that. He's my superior." And she goes, "Oh, the janitor's your superior." And then they walk out.
Thank you. I've never seen that.
Have any of you ever picked up on that?
Never picked up on that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. At least one. At least I got one.
I'm very upset with myself.
There'll be
I
loads
miss
of
a
things
lot.
across the franchise that I'll have missed because it's been such a long time since I rewatched them, to be fair. But yeah.
Oh, well, I just thought I'd get that one out there if none of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. My final bullet point is obviously the end, the killer party. You've got the Randy's rules. Now, considering, he drinks, he has sex, he still gets shot, he still gets axed off. Like all of them pretty much do it all.
Breaking all the rules.
Follow the rules and you'll stay alive, but they all break them and all get killed apart from Sydney.
Again, that's where the setting's perfect, because you're telling everybody not to do all the things they're currently in the process of doing.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
And most of them are inebriated anyway, so they're not going to listen to you even if
Yeah.
you're at home, right? They're at a house party, and they're teenagers at a house party.
Yeah.
They've gone to do all of those things specifically.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be right back.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good. It gets me every time. Oh.
And honestly, are you a Scream fan if you don't say that? Like, the minute anybody goes, "I'll be right back," like you literally go, "I'll be right back." Like it just has to be done.
I would like to know how many movies following Scream actually use that line without or at least without thinking, because they sort of highlighted all these tropes, and some people are writing movies going, "Oh, I'm going to take that out."
Yeah,
because
number
they've said
5. That's one I know that they mentioned that one in number 5.
Yeah.
But,
I was
I mean, movies
watching a
in
movie.
general.
Yeah.
I was watching a movie the other night, and literally the guy went, "I'll be right back," and it was just like a general "I'll be right back," and Chris and I literally, both the two of us went, "I'll be right back." Like,
How did he reword it?
yeah,
I'll be back momentarily.
Yeah. I wonder if it's like the Wilhelm scream and there's actually more than you think there is. If we start going down that rabbit hole, we'll be here forever.
yeah.
the other thing I wanted to pick up on was Kenny the cameraman.
Oh, love him.
Like, do you know what this could do for my books?
Aye.
He's a wonderful little side character, right?
Oh, I love
That's
it.
something that I think a lot of horror, especially those with like the comedy element, and I think Sam Raimi in particular is very good at this as well. Writing little characters that have like maybe 5 minutes maximum screen time, but they actually steal the show when they're there. And we know they're not there for the whole thing, but when they're there, they're so captivating that you're like, can we have more of him? Can we have a side episode with him? Because he's wonderful.
Absolutely. And one of his like one-liners as well, and it's like when Gay was like, "Jesus, the camera," and he's like, "My name isn't Jesus," and it's just like, it's just iconic. It's like, I just love that. And you're like, you're quoting like a minor character, and again, like, I think that's one, like, I could quote Scream as much as I could quote Friends. Like, do you know what I mean? I quote Friends on a daily basis, and I probably quote Scream on a daily basis as well. Like, so many one-liners.
More conventions, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with his camera.
With his camera.
Yeah.
Totally.
See, I can't think of Kenny the cameraman without it reminded me of Scary Movie. That's the only problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the wine's got a lot to answer for there.
Yeah.
Now I look through Barrymore and I think of Carmen Electra. I mean, hard to find out.
Saying that, right? Speaking of Scary Movie, have you ever seen the deleted? Have you ever watched the deleted scenes on Scary Movie?
No.
Not that I remember.
Make it a lot.
Oh my life!
Movies is
Right,
enough
I
for me.
swear to God. Right, when you watch a scary movie, right, make sure you watch all the deleted scenes because how they never put them in that film is beyond me. It is. So when do you know in Scary Movie where they do the Blair Witch bit and he gets hit by a tree?
Yeah.
Like, he's running like that and he gets walked by the tree. So there's a deleted scene where they go to the house at the end where the party's happening, and Gail's got the cameras and she's like outside trying to put these cameras on. She's just like, "Oh, where's Kenny?" So he comes up in like an electric wheelchair with a neck brace on. and then she goes, "All right, come on, I need to get up there." She's like, "Oh, I know you're pretty much crippled right now, but when I say move it, that means move your crippled ass, stand back and like proper as a go." But then she's like proper starts climbing on him, putting his like he's got a broken neck, and she's like sticking her feet are like proper like.
You're right when you say I can't. It's the fountain scene for me. Every time I watch it, I keep seeing Lachlan Monroe dropping that elbow drop on Paris. That just destroys me. And every time I see that fountain, that image goes in my head. And yeah, they've got a lot to answer to for that as well.
Yeah.
What you mean? Bobby's got a small penis too?
Yeah.
But right back.
We'll come back to a scary movie at some point as well, then, huh?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Yeah, we'll do a scary movie marathon. We'll just talk about it.
Oh,
But
I think we'll get banned for half of it.
yeah, well, getting back to Kenny for a second. When he gets his throat slashed at the van, did any of you notice that like he still tries to help Sydney by going like that?
And he's like, to like get
through that gap in the van.
Try to help her and close the door, and he's
Yeah.
I know. He's a legend. Like, he was a good guy.
Yeah, but then you've got Gil Weathers who saves the day and then can't shoot a gun because it's low.
Yeah.
Safety.
Do you know
I love that moment though, because like it's almost like the Scream Killers, right? So if you think about the first ones, I know effectively all of them thereafter, bar one, I think, are meant to be teenagers. They're not prolific killers. They're going out with a vengeance for whatever teen drama, that melodrama they need to make right. And like the moment, I'm going to get to it in 3, but like there's a bit where they throw a knife and it hits the blunt end, the handle hits Dewey, and then he reacts. He's like, oh. And you can clear that there's moments where they fumble around corners and they fall upstairs because they're not
trained
assassins. Like Myers, right? They're kids trying to do something and trying to avenge something, but they're not serial killers. So I quite love the fact that Gail had that moment with the gun, and it was another meta moment. Almost, I don't know if it was intentionally that way, but I loved it that way. So
yeah.
There's another thing with Stu. He goes, "My mom and dad are gonna be so mad."
Oh, honestly,
that's my favorite quote.
One of my favorite lines ever. Like, that, and you hit me with the phone, Dick. Like,
glorious,
so good.
Because that was an accident, wasn't it? It wasn't meant to be. Yeah.
Glorious accident.
Brilliant. Yeah.
That full that end, those scenes at that end for me were like the one line, especially Stu. It was just like he's such a legend. Like, I absolutely loved it.
The delivery is just perfect.
Nobody else could have played him apart from Matthew Lillard. Like, absolutely nobody could have executed that role as well as what he did. Absolutely
he's a
not.
treasure who needs to be protected at all costs.
Absolutely.
For every reason. He's a wonder.
Absolutely.
There was a daft meme I'd seen where it came up with like loads of lines from Scream. It was like, Randy was the GOAT, Stu and Billy died, Sydney survived, and then Sydney's mum still knows Sharon Stone.
That is one of my favourite lines. I'll not quote the full thing, but it's obviously like Billy comes in and he says all that about her mum, and then Stu's just like, and your mother was no Sharon Stone. Just like, come on, Sydney.
What a way to talk about someone's mother, honestly. Ludicrous.
Do you know what? Right,
No.
after all the carnage, right, I'm going to stop talking about Scream for right now. This is me done. But after all the carnage, after everything that happened at the end of that film, could you imagine Stu's mum and dad coming back and going, "What the fuck have you done to my house?"
The cleanup.
Once it got through the crime scene tape, you know.
Yeah.
Try to get into the drive, like, what's going on? Yeah.
I just got one thing I want to point out about Scream. I really want to say this about it is, it's got a real throwback in the opening to When a Stranger Calls. How strong that opening is. But a lot of people used to say that movie's an amazing first 20 minutes, and then it sort of never really gets that high again. This one starts off with that same amazing opening, but it keeps on getting better, and that's the difference.
Yeah.
I think they sort of improve on that first film's idea and really run away with it, I think.
Yeah, totally.
Can I ask, like, when was the first time you got Scream? Like, when was the first time you ever bought it?
Oh, so I remember. So I was the year it came out or whatever. So I was born in 1984. So I was a kid, essentially, when it came out. I was like not even a teenager yet, or teenager anyway. But it was the Christmas that year, and my brother got me. He had a what do you call it? A paper round at the time. And he must have spent a fortune. He bought me Scream and he bought me Titanic. It was round about that same time. And he bought, so it might be the year after Scream was out, actually. Yeah. He bought me Scream, Titanic, and he bought me a bouncing Tigger for my Christmas one year. And every single Sunday, I used to watch either Scream or Titanic or both, because that was my first tapes, if you like, videos that I'd ever been bought. And I've watched it pretty much every week or month since, and it's a long time ago.
I actually rented it from Blockbuster.
Oh, really?
At the time, because he didn't do it back then. Because I'm 85, so I would have been about 9 or 10 or whatever, something like that. But I didn't get exposed to the trailers and all that, and so when it came out, I didn't go to the cinema because I couldn't, and then it would come out on VHS, and that's when I was like, please, you can trust me. I've been watching Freddy for 2 years, and and I rented it and watched it pretty much as soon as it came out on VHS.
Yeah. I was the same. I did rent it. So sorry, I did get it on video. I remember that I'd seen it before, and that's why my brother bought me it. But I can't remember my first time watching it. But I remember loving it. So sorry, on you go.
No, it's okay. So I was just going to say, I think I would have been the same. I was 12 when this came out, so it was 96. So 12. I was born 84. God, age. So and I think it would have been either Blockbuster era or one of those someone records it off the telly a few years later, and you get that copy with all the adverts, and you have to skip, and it's because it's an awful copy, or someone's changed the channel in the Skybox, and you've got to wait for them to they realize you're recording. All days. But I never really remember the first time watching it. I just remember it being once I'd been exposed to the first Scream film that I was hooked. That was whatever else they released thereafter, I was straight there. I needed to see it.
How about you, Bex?
Yeah, I wish I remembered my first time watching it, but again, I would have been about 10, so it would have been a while after. It wasn't one of the first horror films I watched, so it would have been quite a bit later, and probably I would have owned it on VHS once I started getting into horror. A bit later, I think. But sadly, I don't remember my first time. But like yourself, I saw it once. That was it.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing in the chat as well that Jordan had seen it Scream 2 first. So I wonder how many people actually got introduced to the first film after seeing a sequel.
Yeah.
It was an early film. 96 is quite a long time ago. And a lot of my friendship in particular would have picked up quite a lot later.
Yeah.
Right, so for me, mine's a bit of an interesting one. So I bought mine about 97, 98, but I didn't actually buy it because I got it on a motorway services at a WH Smith when they used to have VHS sections.
Now we're talking.
But I got that, and American Pie, but I got my nana to buy it, and we watched them both together. Not knowing what they were.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Speaking of watching films together, I have to throw in now quickly. The first film I watched together I remember with my mum took me to the cinema, and she took me to American Psycho 2 years. I was 2 years underage when it came out. It was 2000. Yeah, so same year as third one. And I remember sitting in an empty cinema next to my mum during that chainsaw scene. And I swear to God, like pride gone. I was like, floor, swallow me whole. This is not it. So like, I can't imagine watching American Pie with your quite an experience.
Well, but by then though, once we watched that one, we ended up watching the other two as well. So
brilliant.
Yeah, seal's broken.
Yeah. There's no going back. Just chuck them all on.
Yeah, the pie test is broken. Let's go.
Don't buy me a pie. Like,
yeah, there's another franchise that could be quoted like to the end of the year. Right, so that is my full thing on Scream 1. So shall we move on to Scream 2? Mitch, do you want to take it away?
Yeah, Scream 2 I really love. And I'll just go straight into the points, and we'll sort of mix whatever you want to say about it in between. But the first point is I've just put stab. And I think because one of the most sort of appealing things about the original is the meta aspect of it, I think this starts off immediately with an identity. It's like we are in that place now, and we're going to keep going down that route. So you have that movie, that cinema scene, and the theater with Stab, and it's almost like I think with this, it's kind of a bit distasteful the way they embrace the history of Woodsboro, you know, the wielding their knives around and going back over this thing. But I just I would put a question to the group, say, is this sort of the ultimate way to make sure it establishes itself right from the off?
Oh, easy. Without question, yeah. Like, if you're going to set the bar, then do it in front of a full Stab fanatic crowd. Like, I know it's like the premiere, but to have like all them people where it just proves that it could happen, like someone getting killed and you wouldn't even know it because everyone's pissing about.
Yeah.
It just sets
in plain sight, isn't it?
I mean, plus it's Jada Pinkett Smith, so like I don't think no one cared really. So,
but it's also you
hired her, but it's still an iconic scene.
It's great. Like I think it was a really, really good opening scene. And like you're saying, it's like it's quite distasteful in a sense. Like everyone's like, with their knives in their ghost face. Like people get killed.
I don't know if you've been to a horror screening in the US, but they are quite rambunctious. Like, they can be that. And like, I've heard about screens where they show Jaws and stuff, and people are bringing inflatable sharks and lobbying them at each other, and it's just one of those wild affairs. So you could just imagine when Scream 2 comes out that is the kind of environment you would
or all the videos when Minecraft came out. That was crazy. So yeah, I can imagine.
Especially in America as well, if that's how they are in the cinema. I've been to one American screening once, and it is a bit like that. But especially if they are like that and they're watching the same thing happening on the screen. So you've got a cinema full of rowdy people watching a cinema full of rowdy people.
Yeah.
You just
I wonder if it's almost talking about the meta thing, actually, having her up on stage dying. I wonder, in my deep-seated horror knowledge brain, if that's a little bit William Castle. That's probably a little bit far-fetched and I'm reaching. But like William Castle was synonymous for having screenings where he'd have props fly over people and all of that kind of thing. And I wonder at some level whether they may have played into the theatrical part of it, not just being a cinematic experience, but actually having her die on stage as like, oh, it's live performance art. Like that. The audience in that screening wouldn't have known that, but the people writing that scene may have gone, let's do a really old school reference for the oldies.
Yeah.
It's like very theatrical, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Shakespearean, the way she
film anyway.
Yeah. And she's like literally looking at them like, what the? Do you know what I mean? Like, but they're just like, oh, is this real? Is this Oh, is it like they're all a bit confused and yeah.
Yeah, can we just talk about for a second the outside of the theatre with the big hand and the knife?
Yeah.
Like, how awesome would that be? Like to go like just to see outside of theatre.
That's what I'm saying about William Castle, right? Because he was synonymous for having these crazy films that nobody really loved. They didn't really make much money, but he continued to push the boundaries of what the production studios wanted and were able to fund and to do. And then to have these crazy screenings, people would leave halfway through because they felt sick because it was strobe lighting, things were moving. Yeah. It was such a. Now we look at 4DX or whatever it is with the chairs and the air and the wind and whatever, but like. And then back then in the 60s, whenever it was, like that was unheard of. So having the animatronics outside right now, you'd expect that at like the horror nights in Universal. You'd expect that kind of haunted house experience, but then not so much. So I wonder if that's a nod. If not, I'm thinking it is because that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to quickly say about that 4DX there. Last year I went to see Twister in the cinema in 4DX, and my God, I mean, Twister is my favourite natural disaster film, along with Danny.
Yeah, so good.
But when I watched Twister, I was in that 4DX. I swear to God, it threw me everywhere. I swear to God, I've never known anything like it. Sat in a chair, I was like, I'd seen a woman sat like 2 rows away from me. She had a drink and a bowl of popcorn, and she was like, it just went everywhere. I was like, fuck, it nearly threw me off my chair twice. Like, that's how like mental it was going. It's like,
brilliant.
That would have been fun, that.
Aye.
Like I've got a friend of mine who runs cinema screenings in Nottingham, and she started to get like scratch and sniff cards for some of the screenings. So they like at certain points it will flash up a number in the bottom of the screen, and you scratch it and you get an odor based on the scent. And that could really work depending on what you're watching. Like if you're watching Dogma, that's not it, because we all know a certain scene that would not be funny.
Yeah, I was going to say if it's like what's that? Oh God, what's it called now? Human Centipede. Oh God, no.
Yeah, no, let's not put that.
They want scratch and sniff.
Do you know what? Right, that actually had me with the 4DX. Right, that actually had me thinking because the what was it? Last year, like I'd sent a message to my mate. I was like, "This is the guy back in the 90s who created the original 4DX, and it's in Mr. Bean, the ultimate disaster movies. No way, he's clipping all the wires in the."
That's it. Yeah. Yes, it is. And they're all flying over his head. Yeah,
exactly.
Brilliant.
So I've got a second bullet here. Obviously, if you want to talk about the bits in between, feel free. I'm just skipping ahead here because it seems to be how I've done it. I think I love you scene. I've put that it was an absolutely ridiculous sort of rom-com moment in the middle of it, but I got the feeling it was put in to give you the impression that Derek was slightly unhinged and he was capable of impulsive things, to make you think he may be the killer. And especially as well with Mickey dancing along with him, it takes you away from the thought it could be him as well.
Yeah. I also think it may have added a bit of levity. Like that open is really heavy when you think about it. And actually having that lighter moment when you don't have a character like Stu to bring that joy back into a film. Scream's always had that like horror and then comedy element. And without that, did a moment. So I kind of read it as like have a moment. Okay, it's silly. And I got here for it, but once you get used to it, it's kind of like, oh, it's a bit of fun. Right, okay, back to the killing. Let's go. Like, it's kind of nice.
I hate that scene. I think it's just
quite cringe.
Feel uncomfortable because I think if anybody did that to me, I would just die.
Right. Come off the table, like get down.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I know. I can see like both points there. I do think it's like trying to like steer you off, but also it's like almost as well like they're trying to make out that he's this loving boyfriend, but there's still that element of, are you putting me off here because you're the killer, because the last boyfriend was the killer? And it's like, I think there's a little bit of everything in there. And again, that's kind of maybe going back to the whole everybody's a suspect. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, aye, it's a cringe scene, but yeah.
Yeah, by the time that scene airs, he's got the bandage on, hasn't he? Where it's missed every vital organ.
Yeah,
that's right.
Like,
That's
so
right.
like, yeah, thinking he's the killer. He might be the killer, but he's not trying to, give the scene a bit of levity. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not like this lovey-dovey, doctor.
Aye.
there are far less unorthodox ways of showing your love than doing that.
We don't need a 10 things she hates about you moment.
No.
Break it and then that's move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Leave it to
It could have just gave her that necklace at lunch and, said I love you rather than I think I love you. Aye, no.
Can we, can we quickly talk about the Matthew Lillard cameo in number 2?
In the where he shakes somebody's hand or something and hugs them, and
Where he's in the background, like with the bleach blonde hair.
he only turned up to say hello, didn't he?
No, so the story is right. The story is.
I didn't even know this. How did I not know this?
Yeah, so at the party, where Sydney goes to, where they're trying to like.
Omega Bega Zeta.
Yeah, get into the fraternity where she goes. Where she gets like attacked through the house.
Yeah.
So Matthew Lillard had a conversation with Wes. He was like, "Can my dog be in the film at the party?" And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, you might as well get in there as well as a daft cameo in the background."
I love that. That's amazing. I can't believe I didn't know that.
It's a split second.
Yeah. It's literally where is it? It's when the two lasses are talking and Randy turns up with the drinks and he's literally stood behind Randy.
Wow.
I know about it and I still forget to look for it every time.
Yeah.
Well, guess what I'm watching tomorrow?
Yeah.
I actually love the second one though. I know, Mitch, you love the second one, but I actually really enjoy it as well. Like, I know a lot of people don't, but I do.
Well, I'm going to go in order on this as well, by the way. So I've shuffled my points around so that I don't go back on myself. So I'm not looking forward to the next bullet.
Oh, you're going to do it. Don't mention him. Don't. We just glaze over it.
I can't not mention it.
It didn't happen.
All right.
It's like not mentioning Jack's end in Titanic,
Oh, we know the base.
So selfish.
Spoiler alert.
I'll just do it. Right, Randy's death.
Oh.
I've put here. It's brave, especially doing it in broad daylight. It's a real statement as well. First time, but I just want to ask the question because I keep toying with this, whether or not he was the right. Well, I want to say a legacy character, but he's only 2 films in at this stage, but he's still from the first. Was he the right one to remove at this early stage when he had so much of a driving force behind the actual meta message?
I want to say yes, because if you look at it from that perspective, he would have been the one you don't expect because he is that driving force character, right? He enforces that narration to follow the rules, and keeps everyone kind of in line whilst providing a comedic element. And I think the swerve would have been take the one that everyone loves and really remind everyone this is actually a horror. And you used to say that the use of broad daylight, like I love kills in broad daylight because it's much more visceral, especially in crowded places. You don't expect it. And to have it be the lovable character adds more gravity to the death and it makes it worthwhile. So for me, I wouldn't have had it any other way. But looking at the time, I hated it so much. But looking back at it as a franchise, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sorry, go on. Sorry,
No, I'm just going to say, I mean, I totally agree. I mean, I think that, like, his death was so iconic. Like, I think it's, like, none of us were happy that Randy died. Like, nobody is happy about that. But I think that, like, yeah, I agree with what you've just said. Like, I do think that it almost had to happen. But, yeah, I mean, as a franchise, do we think that maybe now seeing how successful things are, and listen, and I'm going back to his nieces and nephews and all that, and I do think that that's why they've kind of brought that element of Randy right the way through, like, because they know that he's so iconic. So yeah, it's like, I'm gonna say bittersweet. It was bittersweet, but you know what I mean. It's I do think he had to die, like, but it was rubbish. It was quite funny though as well, with the guys in the boombox, and then like the things what do you call it? The van rattling, and yeah. I mean, it was an iconic scene. You can't deny that, whether you liked it or not. Still iconic.
Who would have thought Mrs. Loomis was so strong? By the way,
I know.
She's been lifting them weights. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's all that Debbie salt, all the salt in a protein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Let's not talk about the inconsistencies, right? Like, there's, you know, later on in the franchise when one of our other favourite characters die, and you're like, nah, you're not. You wouldn't have been that tall.
I just want to put out there with Randy's death that I'd seen an interview with Wes. God, I wouldn't even know where to look for it now. It was that long. It was like years ago that I'd seen it, so I wouldn't even know where to even find it. But he said the reason why he killed him off was because number 2, that was it. There was no plans to make a third one.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So killing him off, that was it. The Scream films were done and dusted.
Yeah.
So there was like no plans to make 3 or 4. So he said once number 2 was done, that was it. I was done with it. So I don't know the reason why they made number 3 and 4. Like what brought him back into doing that. But that's one thing I know for definite, that number 2 was meant to be.
Yeah.
That's why they killed him off.
But then you could say the same for Halloween, right? Because that's what was the plan with the Halloween franchise. The second was going to be Mike Myers, and that's why they went with Season of the Witch. And everyone went, "Well, where the hell's our masked killer? What's this? This is rubbish." We'll be like, "But the masks are wonderful." But that was always supposed to be. Then the Halloween franchise was going to split off and do other things. So I wonder if Wes's idea was to create 2 great films and then give the rights to whomever, and then they take on in a different direction, perhaps. And that's I'm going to get there because 3's mine, but like that's why 3 is so different, because I feel that they needed to get something out, but then they kind of panicked about what do we do.
Yeah.
Well, I've got my fourth bullet point is, and I know, Anthony, you want to talk about something on this, so I'll just get it out of the way now. The biggest tension scene certainly one of the biggest tension scenes in the whole franchise is in the cop car. I wanted to know, I know you've got a story about this. To me, that elevates this movie beyond simply just run and hide. I think that that took this movie up a level.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, but then again, you've got that's something you don't see like very much in the rest of the Scream franchise, because you've obviously got the scene where Gail is like hiding in the the movie room, and it's like where it's like going in between them all, and like they're stalking each other. So it's like you don't get that like stalking element much in the rest of them now, do you?
No. But I think that scene. No, just say I think that scene. I think you're right. Like that scene in itself is like, just normally Ghostface is coming at you. You know, I mean, you're fighting Ghostface. It's not that Ghostface is like silent, and I think that that scene when they're like having to cross over Ghostface to get out the way. I mean, it is like, and you're just like, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm just always like, fucking double tap, like just kill him, just kill him. But it's a very short movie if they did that, I suppose. But
also it plays into the meta thing, right? Because no horror double taps until Zombieland. They did it for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
It also features probably definitely at that point, and I know it got sort of more gratuitous down the line, but with the pole through the back of the cop's head and through the windshield, that's the most graphic thing I've seen in Scream up to that point, and probably for a couple of films after.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the story I wanted to say about the car scene. Again, it was like when I did my interview with Lee, he was saying to me, "Oh, when he got cast for Scream 2, they were like, oh, we can either put you in the opening scene at the cinema, or we can put you into that car chase scene." And he was like, "I'll take the car chase scene." I was like, "I'm a stuntman. That's what I love to do. Get me into that car chase scene, because doing that opening bit at the cinema, I'm just walking about like doing like nothing." It's what I said in that cinema. He was like, he said it was probably one of the best times he had like in his career, like, you know, going through the city, like scraping off side to side and then smashing into the thing. He was like, that was the best experience, like something I've done like in a long time. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
I think that stands out as well, because like tonally it does change. Like that death is the most graphic I can recall from the franchise. But the other one that gets me, we'll get in the penultimate one. The last one that's been released is there's one that actually makes me physically sick for different reasons. But like that one was the one that was a real tonal shift in terms of the kills. And I think, yeah, you're right. It stands out for a good reason. So I can see why I'm excited to be doing it, because God, I'm not a stunt person, but put me in there. That's what I want to be in, right? Everyone wants to be in that scene.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. Last point for me on this movie. There was a leaked script, apparently. If I'm right, I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. But it was initially, it was initially supposed to be different killers, and the initial one was that it was a roommate and a boyfriend.
Yeah,
and they changed it. Now I'm just wondering everyone's opinion on whether or not the eventual one, which is more of a homage to Friday the 13th with the vengeful mother, whether that was more effective, or do you think that the other one was more effective? Because it's sort of, to me, doing it this way, the way they did it, it paved the way for Sydney to be sort of less damaged and more. You could do more with her in the future ones going forward. But if if it had been a friend and a boyfriend that had done it, all her trust is gone and it's shattered, and she's probably a broken woman after that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I prefer how it did play out. So yeah, definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think. Sorry, my dog's just shaking her ears there. I don't know if you could hear that. I don't know if I would have liked it if it had been like her boyfriend or roommate. I feel like it was like that would be so close to home, and it was already close to home the last time. So almost it would be like, what does everybody that is in her life want to kill her? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Whereas at least with the outcome that they had, it was like, oh yeah, okay, so there's a reason for that, you know. And there's that. I say there's a reason. There's a reason to like go on a mad spree and kill people, but it was like, okay, that's Billy's mother, and so yeah.
I also wonder if they'd have kept it as the boyfriend, the housemate, whatever, the best friend, whether there would have been as much of a call for a third film. It would have been predictable and actually have it as somebody unexpected.
Yeah.
Really just kind of kept interest, because then you're like, oh my God, if they do another one, it really could be anybody. And that works really well for the franchise going forward.
Yeah.
Just talk about Cotton Weary in this one for a second, because he has such a big part, such like a big part in it. He's like, I found Dewey. He's like, got blood all over. I was like, what's he even doing there?
He's got such an ominous voice as well.
He's got
a really creepy voie. And I just think I always used to think that he could do the voice on the phone and not need the machine.
Yeah. And you've got to feel sorry for him. Like, you've just got to. You're like, man, like, you had an affair with someone. Like, that's all you've done. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that's right, but But you had an affair with someone, and like now you've been branded this killer, and in the second one, like he's literally like, I was found guilty, I was found innocent, I'm an innocent man, kind of thing. That's obviously not exactly what he said, but you know, when the police officers are like trying to thing him, and he's like, wait a minute, I'm innocent here, you know, and it's like, yeah, you've got to feel for him. You're kind of like bigging him up in the third one, and I know we're going there in a second, but like you're bigging him up, and you're like, yes, you know, you get your own TV show and all that, and then it's like, okay.
Like in the first one, like how much like big of a name Cotton gets mentioned. Like he's literally have screen time for about what, 2 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the television screen, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
It's like it's mental. And then obviously in the second one, he's got like such a bigger part with Diane Sawyer. He's like, can we just mention right through this full franchise how much of a crack shot Sydney is with a gun?
Oh yeah.
No doubt. Practicing after that first film.
The other thing before we like carry on, the other things I want to mention is the Sarah Michelle Gellar chase scene. Like you wish it was Ted. Like how good?
Yeah.
Like how good of a scene is that?
Yeah.
It's a nice recreation of the first, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without feeling like
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about that. And again, it goes back to like your big actresses or actors or whatever, and how they just off them. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's like she was like massive in Buffy at the time.
I know what you did last summer as well.
You did last summer, Cruel Intentions, like round about that time. She was huge at the time.
Yeah,
and mostly Kevin Williamson as well.
Yeah. Who was that?
Mostly all Kevin Williamson as well.
Yeah,
he had a hand in a lot of that.
Yeah,
which helps.
And can we just talk about the film class?
Oh,
yeah, that's like the sequels video store moment, isn't it?
Love it.
Yeah,
yes,
like,
yes, absolutely.
Who wouldn't want to be a part of that group? Like just sitting there listening to everything.
And again, that's what another thing I love about Scream is that from the first one to the second, and then I mean, and then we get to the third, and it's like you're just literally ripping the piss right out of yourself. But like the second one, they're in that class, and they're just like sequels, you know. And it's like, yeah, this is a sequel, and I love that. I love that they just absolutely rip the absolute crap out of themselves. They don't take themselves too seriously. Sorry to go back to the first one, but you know, when like Sydney's like, I don't watch that crap, it's always some big breasted girl running up the stairs, you know, when she should be going out the front door, all that kind of, and then she literally runs up the stairs, and I love it. I just absolutely love it.
And my final thing on that, like for me, is yes, I got that on film.
Another great cameraman.
Yeah.
What is it he does? He's like, I can't even remember now. There's a bit that's obviously that scene as well, but it's like, I can't remember. He's talking about the like being known thing, and he's like, as if I don't want to be your cameraman. Whatever happened to the last? I can't remember what it is now, but
he get his head cut off. Yeah, he got his throat slashed.
Head cut off, throat slashed. The guy ain't in the union anymore. That's
brilliant. He was brilliant. He was really good. I forgot about him as well. It's good.
I think he was the only smart person to actually just get out while it was.
That's true.
He does come back at the end though in quite a nice moment where he's like, I'm not, you know, I'm rolling, you go for it. I thought that was quite cool.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. God, I'm just remembering like so many iconic like one-liners again from the first one as well. I'll not harp on about them though, but I'm just remembering now as we're chatting.
Is that it? Oh, have you got one more?
That's it. That's all of them.
I think we're right. It's
move on to 3.
Well, here we go. Prep ourselves. Click the knuckles. Here comes the car crash. That is number 3. Right. Okay.
So good though.
Why I took this one, because like the franchise is known for that word meta is thrown around so much with Scream, but then to take the piss out of yourself even further, to do a meta in a meta absolutely obscene. And it's probably actually my favorite because it is such a car crash. Like, I love the first, obviously it's iconic, that goes without saying, so we scrap that. But like number 3 is the one that really, for me, throws you through a loop more than anything. And when you know about the production issues, the scripts and things like that, and all of the other stuff that came along with the second one, they really play into that very hard here. Like, the first thing I wanted to say was, obviously we brought up Cotton, and like, he is one of my favorite characters from the franchise. I love like a male character that's bullshit. I love the fact that if you put him in today's day and age, and we do it all the time with social media and in the general populace, like if a guy's acquitted for a crime, you put him on national TV and you make money out of him. Like, that is our ethos as in like social and entertainment as a whole. You take that villain and you go, he makes great TV, he'd be wonderful on Jerry Springer, give him a Jerry Springer style show, he'd be great. And that's exactly what they did, and it was wonderful. And then the minute I saw him in the open, I was like, well, he's done. I just forget about it.
I will never forgive them for it.
I just couldn't. I will never forgive Stephen and Kevin Williams for that ever. But like, the other thing, I'm probably blitzing through these because I'm very aware that we've like talked a lot and we've still got like 3 more to go before we even hit the end of this one. But like, the other thing that I loved about the cold open with this wasn't so much as also Cotton, because as amazing as he is, was actually Christine, his girlfriend. Everyone seems to forget that. So when he's in the car and he's getting a call and he's on the phone to her and he goes, no, hang on, I've got someone else. Then he hangs up and he gets another call from a girl and he's like, da, da, da. And it's actually the killer, but the killer is in with the house with Christine, and he's already done the double switch. What you don't see is the killer is like phoned Christine already and pretending to be Cotton, going, I'm coming to kill you. So in her head, when she sees Cotton, she's like, oh, you're coming to kill, like, she's instantly on the back foot, like, keep away from me. He comes with a knife for whatever reason, he's cleaning it off, and it's like, no, it's not for you, kind of thing. And then she eventually snuffs it. It's like, it's so wonderfully done that you've put him back in that villain mode again without him actually having done anything. And I love that as a narrative. And like, everyone always forgets that Christine kill until you see it, and it's so wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. For so many reasons. And I wanted to just highlight, like, I am a massive Creed fan. I love everything that Miles Kennedy and especially Mark Tremonti do, but like, to have her die to Creed was like the ultimate like, in an era of bad music in film, you had to choose Creed. It kind of made me cool. But yeah, that cold open for me is one of my favorites, because it twists you so many times. It's like someone Uno reversing you and you're going, you think it's going this way, bam, take all the cards. I love it.
I can appreciate it when you dissect it like that. Actually, I mean, at the time I was like banging my head against the wall, and I still can't do it. It really annoyed me. But when you actually talk about how it's done, you can appreciate it a bit more as a
It's not until I think I rewatched it last weekend and I kind of really looked at the cold open, because that's always for me is the one scene that everyone really anticipates from the franchise. Because they are just so great, and the minute you see him, you know he's going to go. But to not expect him to flip that narrative and make him a villain again before you ice him, you're like, oh no, come on, that's harsh. That's really harsh. He's a creep. He's a misogynist. Nobody likes him, really. He's charismatic because it's Liev Schreiber. Everyone loves Liev Schreiber. But like, other than that, he's an absolute waster of a human being, and he doesn't deserve to live. But at the same time, you're like, why'd you have to do him dirty like that? There was no need.
It was good though.
With the opening, it's great. Like, for that, have you watched the alternate opening?
No.
So have you got it on DVD? Have any of you got it on DVD?
No,
I will do. I just have not watched it a long time on DVD, but I will do. I think I've got them all on DVD.
On the extras on the DVD, there's the alternate opening. It's pretty much like he gets killed, but some of the lines and how he gets killed is different in the apartment.
Oh.
So if you get your DVDs out.
Is it less harsh, do you think, to him as a character, or is it still?
You are.
Is it less harsh to him as a character? Because they like defame him again. They really twist him and make him out to be like more violent.
He still gets killed. It's just some of the lines like when he's on the phone call, and then like when he gets to the apartment, how he dies is like a bit differently to how it actually all happens in the original version. So yeah, might
That'd
be
be
worth
worth seeing. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Always
so
welcome.
The next point I had was, obviously I mentioned already that word again. I wish I had a pound in a jar for every time somebody said this during this live, but meta. This is the most meta of the 6 so far for me. To have, obviously we had Stab as a film in the second one, but then to have it as an established franchise by the time you get to the third was wonderful. They mentioned they had 3 versions of the Stab script, which is a real life replication of the 3 versions of the Scream 2 script, which is great. They're constantly rewriting and giving the actors new things to do, which is great. We mentioned him as ad nauseum because obviously he died in the second one, but Randy's moment where he's doing the video, I love this. It's probably one of my favorite meta moments, as he references Star Wars as a trilogy reference. And we know that going into this, they really did think this was the end of Scream, was tie it up. We're going to throw something at it because it's making money. But he references Star Wars trilogy, and actually Carrie Fisher cameos in the film.
That's right.
Yeah. It was one of my favorite,
yeah.
It was a good meta moment. And then the little, speaking of cameos, I love the Jay and Silent Bob on the lot.
Yeah.
They're walking on the tour, and they're like, "Oh no, I want to come and meet Gail." And it's like, "No, she's getting kicked out."
That's right. God, I forgot about that as well. That's funny. Yeah. I remember loving the fact as well that, I say loving, I don't know if that's the right word, but anyway, but Randy's essentially in the third one, but he's like, if you're watching this, I'm dead. And I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he's talking to everybody there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then when you just mentioned Jane, Silent Bob there, when you mentioned Jane, Silent Bob, like Wes Craven and Scream are in Jane, Silent Bob Strike Back, so that's meta.
Yeah.
See? It's amazing what you can do when you're on the same lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that when they kick Danny Chung?
It's just the fact that he, Jason Mewes goes up to Gail Weathers and he's like, "Oh, I want to speak to Gail," and she's getting kicked off the lot for not being there. She hasn't got the security clearance. That kind of makes me laugh. What else? I have points. The fashion, oh my god, and I say that word loosely because I'm going to bring a bit of levity to this conversation because I'm a girl, I have to. Sydney's hair in this is the best it's ever looked. Like, I don't even care. I'm not a big girly girl, but she has this amazing flick, like a Rachel moment in Friends. Stacey, you mentioned Friends earlier. It was like the most iconic hair that she's had in the whole blooming franchise. Yeah. But the complete opposite end of the spectrum is poor Courtney Cox, and whatever the hell that woman did to her fringe, or she paid someone to do that to her fringe, and every scene I feel like it creeps up and it almost gets to a receding hairline point.
No, it's a wig.
Awful.
Did you ever see her talk about it? It's a wig, and
is it actually a wig?
Yeah.
Is it?
Wow.
Just the fringe piece is a wig, and I saw her talking about it, and she was moaning that the hairdressers put it up so high and how awful it looked, and she wasn't happy about it.
See, I thought when I saw an interview that she was just talking about how, oh my god, my hair. So that's what she was talking about. Like, oh, that's hilarious.
It's heavily inspired by Josh Hartnett in Halloween H2O.
I mean, Josh Hartnett, period.
Another bad one.
Just looks like somebody's done it in the night,
Yeah.
He did it himself, didn't he?
God love her.
We all had those bowl cuts as kids, like somebody would prepare it with the bowl and they just, that'll do, go for it. Yeah. You can survive this, you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. But the other thing as well, there was a real moment where she actually gets access to the lot for the filming, and she rocks up in this, I'd love to say it was a power suit, but it's like this horrendous fluorescent highlighter yellow suit with like a blue underneath, and I was like, now it looks like a Coraline moment, and I wish Coraline was around then because you could have added it in, but she just looks really awful. And then the woman playing her part in Stab comes up, and my retinas are burning because she's wearing like the green line And I was like, there's no need for these two colours to be on screen at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
just wardrobe this out because this is horrible.
Yeah.
Too much. It was way too much.
Yeah.
And then there was
Yeah, no, it
one.
wasn't the best fashion.
It was not the best fashion. I lived through the 2000s. It was not great. And then the other thing was, just as a quick nod, because I'm remembering, there's one kill and I forget the character's name. She's one of the cast members and she runs into wardrobe, and it's the one where the Ghostface is in all the cloaks. And
Yeah. Sarah Darling. Sarah Darling.
Oh.
That's the name.
I love the setup for that because you know it's coming. You know he's going to be in there hiding in the racks. But like the one that he is wearing is actually glittery. I don't know if you've ever rewatched it and noticed it. The others are normal, but his has got a slight, it catches the light and it's got a shimmer to it. And I was like, why is it shiny? I remember that. See them on the rack, there's nothing, but his is like a glittery tone. And I don't know if there was that, but Magpie over here caught it.
Yeah.
It was random as hell, but I loved it.
That's the line that makes me laugh, where she's on the phone to Roman and she goes, what, like, my boyfriend's just died, why am I showering?
That scene where they're running lines is great. So much fun.
It also has what I think is one of the scariest scenes, if not the scariest for me, in this film. Even though I don't really like the film, it has that bit where her mother is at the window, in the dream. That really creeped me out.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah, it had like Salem's Lot vibes to it.
That I actually want to pick up on, because when she's on the phone and she hears a mother's voice, did Roman get that from when he first met her in the first one and she knocked him back?
No idea.
Yeah,
that's a theory.
That's some advice.
I always wondered, like, how would
either that or
he get that voice if she's dead?
She's made films, hasn't she? She was in the film business. So
it's
that's true.
That's a good point. Yeah.
There's also something to be said for the voice changer in this as well. It wasn't one of my points, but I'm going to throw it in there while we're talking about them doing the clips of people's voices. There is no way that voice changer is accurate. We don't have that technology now.
No.
Like, who are you fooling? How do we get this?
Deleted scene, isn't it? If you've ever watched that deleted scene where he's just sat in front of like about 6 screens with all these computers downloading everyone's voices onto the thing.
Yeah, it reminds me of our LimeWire days. Speaking to you,
I do think that was a bit. I thought was a bit far fetched. It was like we're going into Red Dwarf territory here, doing things like that.
Yeah, definitely. Like I can't even get off like dial-up internet. How are you downloading people's voices and faking voice calls? Like, it was quite a moment.
It took him years. It took him years to get everyone's voices, just waiting for the connection.
He's running after them like my hips aren't what they used to be. It took me 6 years to do this tape. Like, it's not good. Oh dear. I did have a couple of other points as well. Really, one main point. I'm probably going to side note the other thing because it's a bit controversial. Was that for me? Like, this is the real first time we had the moment. I think Mitch, you mentioned it earlier with Dewey shutting down his sister in the police station, but this is the first film that I remember that Dewey actually grew a set and he stood up to Gail on numerous occasions, and I'm like, you start to see this really nerdy, like wafer thin of a character who has no real like standing. His job don't respect him, his family don't respect him, he has no real friends. And then he has this grounding of going, actually, no, that is my woman there. Don't disrespect her. Don't disrespect me. And he snaps her down a few times. And I was like, go on, son. Like, really proud of you. So.
Convincingly as well. Because he tries in the second one, like when he calls her a mediocre writer, but you just don't feel it. You know, it's like, well done for trying. But this one, he actually feel it a bit more.
I think when he finally found somebody as well that gave him a grounding of going, you know what, the way you treated me is not okay. This is not, I'm standing for this anymore. And he shuts her down. And I think if he hadn't have had that relationship arc, I don't know whether he would have been as strong and had a weight and a reason to stand up to her. And I think that was a really wonderful decision to give him that, albeit it was fated, and we know, but it was it was wonderful to see, and actually to see him grow a pair, because that really stands him well for the rest of the franchise. Well, not all of the franchise.
You've just made me think of something there. So in the first one, Sydney goes, "Oh, if they make a film about this, they'll probably have Tori Spelling as me."
Yeah.
And then in the second one, Tori Spelling is in an interview about Stab, and she practically gives the end of the way. She's like, "Oh, my boyfriend's the killer." I was like, "Well, who's going to want to watch that?"
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
But by that time, if they're making Stab, then they already know, because it's effectively based on the real killing.
Yeah.
It's like doing a documentary on Netflix now. We're like, oh, look, we said it a few times today, Titanic. We all know the boat sinks. We all spent millions at the cinema going to watch it.
And breaking our hearts.
Yeah.
He could have fit on there.
Yeah.
Remember when Titanic was on two VHS?
Yes.
Yeah, double box set.
In fact, that may have been the one that I got at the same time I got Scream. So, yeah. Can't me think of it. Can't remember, but it may well have been. Yeah.
I didn't have any. Well, I have loads to say about 3, but I'm going to rein it in because
I know. I'm going to say we're thinking on, aren't we? I'll try and keep mine short as well. I think we've had a good blather, haven't we? Anyway, so so for me, like I was like Scream 4. So see, for me, like, so Scream 4 for me almost feels like a standalone film. I don't know if anyone else feels like that. Of course, it's part of the franchise, and it was like years and years later, you know, you've got Scream 4. I mean, was it something like 15 years later? I can't remember. I should have done my research, but it was a long time anyway, maybe from the original. But and so obviously it was like linked to the first one, but then you had that break again for 5 and 6. And so for me, it's just this little floater. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just right in the middle. It's this little floater. It's not really connected to anything as such. Does that make sense? Do you guys agree? Like, I feel like it's just like it was like a comeback, but then it didn't come back. Do you know what I mean?
The time that it was released, because I think this was 2011, so it would have been 11 years after 3.
Yeah.
And I wonder, the quality of films that were coming out around that era, you probably would have got lost in the melee. Like, I don't know whether it was a commercial success or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they maybe would have tried as a Stab, no pun intended, trying to reinvigorate the franchise, but actually maybe it didn't do commercially very well.
Maybe.
And that's the gap again.
Yeah. Maybe.
So,
it was around about the same time as the more successful 5th Final Destination, I think.
Okay.
That's what I mean. So Final Destination were banging them out every other year at that point, and they were really good. They were really successful. So
Yes, you've got to wonder then if that one just was. It'd be interesting actually to go and see what it made at like the box office or whatever. I mean, I still went to see it at the cinema. I was like super excited about it. Like, I still loved it. In fact, it's probably one of my favourite Screams, like, if I'm being perfectly honest. Like, I actually love Scream 4. What I love about it as well, and it was kind of like the age of like social media. You know, it was at the point where social media was really taking off. I think obviously social media had been around for a good few years by that point, but I think it was at that stage where, you know, like streaming and everything else was like kicking off, and it definitely was, you know, of its time. You know, and then when what's her face? I watched it earlier, she's no her name. Anyway, the killer, and she comes away with, you know, I don't need friends, I need fans. And it's like, yeah, like that's exactly what it was all about. And so I think, it was really of its time as well, you know.
I'm just seeing on IMDb because I'm multitasking. So apparently the budget was 40 million estimated. It only grossed just over 38 in the US and Canada, but worldwide only 97, When you compare it to the rest of the franchise, it was not. It was still made money, but not on what you would expect for a 40
I think
million
the time passing as well is a key factor as well. People sometimes just forget it, you know. And
yeah, and I think as well, like, so if you were at an age where you were just starting to watch horror movies and you hadn't seen the original 3 as a standalone movie, would you really have went to the cinema to watch that? Whereas like us who had been brought up in the franchise probably all went to the cinema to see it, you know, but would you really have chosen to go and see that as a standalone film? Probably not.
You wouldn't go and watch a 4th film if you hadn't have seen the 3 before.
Yeah.
It's the number on it, isn't it? That...
Aye, absolutely. And I do think it's a fantastic film. But yeah, you're right. I think the fact that it was the 4th.
I wonder though if people do, because you look at things like Saw. People do jump in mid-franchise. Even though, for me, Saw is one of my favourite franchises, and it has that plot that runs throughout. So you effectively do, at some regard, need to go back because there's a lot of interwoven story on lots of different layers. It's like a lasagna, there's so bloody layers and plots and cop plot and God knows what else in there. But like, people do jump in mid-franchise and then they go, well, it's on, something to go and see, and then they're like, oh, but what else was before it? So maybe they were trying to jump on the success of Final Destination, not Final Fantasy. But you know, we just don't know really. And as I say, like, it felt like a really thrown together movie. They wanted it ending at 2. So who knows?
Yeah. And I think kind of going back to what you said as well earlier about Dewey, I don't know, I call him Dewey. I call him Dewey anyway. He with regards to like Gail and things and like standing up to Gail, I always remember watching this and they hadn't long divorced at the time and thinking, oh man, that must have been really tough because they were still married in the film, but divorced in real life. And I kind of love the dynamic of like Gail, Deputy Judy, and Dewey, Sheriff Dewey, and I kind of love that dynamic. And like I was watching it earlier on actually, and it's like, you know, she slams the door on her and stuff like that. Like she's outside, like she's kind of like this character that's like really winding Gail up, and you can tell there's like a relationship kind of, she's kind of given up her career to be the sheriff's wife, and like there's obviously conflict there, and then like the, you know, Deputy Judy's like trying to be like Dewey's best pal, and she's just like, you bitch, like get out of my way. Do you know what I mean? Like I kind of love that dynamic with the 3. Yeah, it was kind of fun. Anyway, I'll let everybody else give an opinion on that as well. But
right, so for me, obviously, I mentioned this about 2 weeks ago, I think, that I think is all the YouTube extended cut.
That's right, we did.
All the deleted scene. And for me, that completely changed my feel for this film, because I think that extended cut with all them extra scenes in, like with the alternate opening, the extended ending, the where they visited the crime scene where she was hanging, what's your favourite scary movie written on the wall, the Wes Craven cameo that you don't get in the original version, like everything that was added in, it made this film, for me, so much better.
Really?
Like, yeah, for me, it just added so much more. And it, like, it's, because like everything, with the normal version that came out, with them bits added in, it felt like some bits like made more sense that were cut out of the original version.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that's, and everyone has a go where he gets stabbed in the head in the car.
Oh, and still walking.
And everyone went, well, he's been stabbed in the head, he should be dead on the spot. So I'm quite thingy with it, like watching interviews and stuff. And I'd watched an interview where Wes Craven, it said, I'd watched a documentary on like this real life happening where someone got stabbed in the head, and for like a couple of more minutes the brain was still functioning, and then they died. So
it's like basic motor function still kicks in. Your ability to speak, depending on where you hit, I'd imagine, depending on which part of the lobe or whatever it is. It's like cutting a chicken's head off, right? They always say the body still goes.
Yeah.
Thing, right?
So that's why I always think like, oh, that's why he gets up, that's why he's still talking, that's when his brain shuts down. Like,
Yeah. I mean, he's not walking for long, is he? He's literally like, and then
yeah, yeah. But apart from me, I mean, I love Scream 4. Like, I mean, I love all of them. Like, I can just watch them with ease and like still get a kick out of all of them. But yeah, like with watching that extended cut made, like I don't think I'll watch the normal cut again. I think I'll like always watch that one. But yeah,
I need to go and have a look at that. I didn't have a look at it the last time you sent it through, so I'll need to do that.
So much, but I think there's about 20 odd minutes added onto it. I think,
yeah,
or 25 minutes, something like that, like put into it.
Yeah,
but it's worth it. It's worth it though. It's definitely worth the watch.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think as well I don't think I'm trying to think back to when I watched the original for the first time, and I don't think I realised who the killer was, but I don't think I realised who the killer was, but I always like that. Again, we watched it earlier on again, but it was like, I really felt sorry for Sydney, like when it all happened, because you're just like, oh man, that's your cousin, like that's your family, like that's shit.
It's a trust thing again, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and like when it all comes together and it's revealed and whatever, and she doesn't fight back, and it's like, oh yeah, it's not initially. Obviously, she then does later on, but like the initial kind of when we think of like people are dying and all the rest of it, and she doesn't fight back. She just kind of collapses and whatever, and yeah, it's I feel like I really feel sorry for Sydney in that moment, and then it's quite messed up as well that she then starts like into her shoulder and she's jumping the table and into the wall and into the mirror and all that, and the picture, whatever it is, in the wall. Yeah, it's cool, and I like then how when they get to the hospital, excuse me, and it's like Gail has survived and she's been thingied in the shoulder, and she's like, and then Dewey's like, oh shit, like the penny drops, and they're like, oh man, and they go, but yeah, then that brings me back to Deputy Judy, sorry, and it's like clear. She's like, clear, and it's like, douche. I love that scene as well. So good.
Yeah, can we also talk about the Stabathon event that gets taken place in the van?
I meant to do that.
Yeah,
that was brilliant.
Like, I know there's a killer on the loose, but if you got invited, you'd go, wouldn't you?
Why? Yeah. My toxic trait. Do you know what I mean? It's like if Jurassic Park was to open, of course I'm going first in the queue.
It's just another great example of sort of you put all these people in one place. It's like the cinema, like the movie theater. It's like there's so many people, there's so much going on. You can get away with literal murder.
Yeah, like you say, it's plain sight, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
And the introduction of Kirby.
Yeah.
Yes. I actually put that on here, I think, earlier as well. Kirby. Yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, I loved her as well.
Were they going too far though when they had him tied outside in the chair? Like, were they trying to like rein it back to the first one?
No, I liked the nod personally.
Yeah,
I liked that.
I liked it, but it didn't have the same impact. I think seeing Steve in the first one and then him being gutted really was so impactful.
Yeah.
Like he's struggling, he's got the porch light on him, he's over by the pool, answering questions, and he's like, I don't know anything about horror, I don't care. Like, and then he's like a fish. Like, that was so visceral. And I use that word a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it really was impactful, and it was a great nod, but I don't think it had the same impact. Whether it intentional or not, I don't know.
I think for me, because it was like so many years later and I'm so much older by this point, it's like I'm just watching a bunch of kids that I don't care about. Like, I love all the original characters coming back from the original films that I watched when I was younger, and I loved all of those elements, but all the new characters, I was like, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's not necessarily exclusive to this franchise. I think at that time it was lots less character development. It was, you're pretty, put you in. You're the dumb blonde. You're the jock. You're the girlfriend. You're the ex. Like, and it
That's
was
what Scary Movies parodied, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of those weren't really character-driven horrors at the time. It was make a quick buck, get a slasher, get the guy in, get it done. Like Urban Legend is a prime example.
Great
It wasn't
example. Yeah.
Great character-driven stuff, great kills, but it really wasn't an amazing film. And I wonder if it was a sign of the times. Whereas now, you're starting to see with the Jenna Ortegas, we'll get there, that she's a lot more character-driven.
Yeah.
Whereas people really didn't feel, maybe it was the wrong time, wrong era, I don't know. But
Yeah.
What
Not
did we
sure.
think about the opening to number 4, where it was like going from a movie to a movie?
Yeah.
Like
So,
Inception, wasn't it?
yeah, I really liked it, and again, I have to say I did like it. Like, I think for me it was like, you know, you've got like those opening scenes, and it's like, you know, the killer, as we said earlier on, like you're always like, oh god, the killer, and like, so they had, like, if you look at it, they had like really kind of known actresses as well in those opening scenes, but they were in Stab rather than obviously Scream 4. So I quite enjoyed that as well. And again, it just, like I said, it kind of comes back to the whole, oh yeah, you're famous, you're dead. Like,
It's a very immediate comedy injection, I thought.
yeah.
Mm. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's my thing on Screen 4, yeah. Oh, actually, there's one thing, right, in it that bugs the living daylights out of me, right? Like, this what every time I watch it, it niggles at me. So when Sydney's agent gets flung off the top of that roof in the van, yeah, I'm not complaining the scene. Like, I love that scene, but when he sends Perkins and Hopkins, he's like, get up on that roof quick, and then within a second they're on that roof. They're like, there's nobody up here. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm quicker than lifts. I was like,
Yeah.
He flew off.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So-
Are we done with number 4? Are we moving on to number 5?
Yeah, go for it. Number 5.
Right, who's covering 5?
Oh, I think
Mitch,
Oh,
you chucked some points in, didn't you?
I did. Why do I always get the one where somebody dies who everyone doesn't want to? I know I'm the bad guy all the way through this. I'll be quite brief, like I said, when I get through these points. But the first one I've got down here is the sort of set the tone of the original, but they throw a curveball in because the opening girl survives. And I just wondered, sort of, in a film that's littered with throwbacks and Easter eggs and fan service, which this film definitely is this like a sign? This is a statement that things are different this time.
Set to change. Things are going to change.
I think it needed to. If that's the tone they're going for, and they're going for a directional shift, then they needed to do it in the open. Set the standard early and go, because then the rest of the film is like, it's a completely different. It's familiar, but there's lots of differences, which I love. And it needed. I
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it was the first without Sydney, wasn't it? Sorry. Sorry, Beck, you were saying something.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying it's kind of gone back to being a bit more brutal as well with the kills as well. This is where it's back to.
Like you were saying with Randy, number 2, getting killed in broad daylight. That's what happened to Judy Hicks, isn't it? Like on
her front porch, and her son as well, in the house. Yeah.
In fact, that was actually worse because it was literally outside. I mean, at least with Randy, he was in the van and nobody could see it. That was like right there in front of everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like if you're like across the road, you're like cutting your grass. I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, I could go straight from that point to the second one, actually, because this is obviously this is where we're introduced to the recall idea. Legacy characters passing the torch, you know, and it's arguable that Scream 4 is actually probably in some ways could be seen as a better recall than 5, because it maintains its own story and the sort of legacy characters sort of feel more like they should. in this one, I had a little bit of an issue with the fact that I thought that the characters themselves, the only one that really had any development was Dewey. What's your sort of take on this requel idea when it comes to the legacy characters and bringing in the new?
I do not like the Core 4, as they call themselves in the next film. I don't like them. Don't like any of them.
I quote that so often, by the way, the Core 4. Like,
I'm so pleased someone on this call said it, because I was going to be ready to be the bad guy and be like, I know she's everywhere, but like, I just sigh when I see them. I can't.
Yeah.
It's not the same passion. You don't care as much.
See, the one thing I actually just want to quickly bring up, when Scream 2 came out, caller IDs went through the roof in sales because of the films.
Brilliant. That's
I will
funny.
say the other thing for the characters here is that they're cousins of Sydney, right? Or whatever they are. They're extended family members. They're way too wedded to her grief for somebody they barely see maybe once a year, if that. Way too wedded to it's not your grief. Like, why are you so traumatized? You've not been hunted until 6. Like, then you can have trauma. But 5, they take on that baggage so quickly, and they're so young. I just wonder why that was a choice, because it doesn't feel like a natural thing. Like, I don't particularly, like, I'm not like most families, I'm not particularly close to my cousins, but I'd like to think if I was close in passing and see them once, twice a year, yes, feel for them, but I wouldn't take that on as my own baggage to the point where you're like jumping at every like noise behind you. That's not normal. I just wonder why that was a choice.
Yeah.
Who Sydney's cousins?
Yeah.
What, Sam and Tara?
Yeah.
Are they her cousins? Oh, I didn't know they were related at all.
They're related in some way, I'm sure.
Oh, are they?
I thought it was just because Sam's Billy's.
Billy's daughter.
Billy's daughter.
But then,
So that's like the connection.
Yeah, and then
but even that makes it worse.
Yeah,
then.
yeah. Not even.
I mean, you just made my point.
I just shut up and get on with it.
Right, let's scrap that. It's not live. Pause. Re-edit.
I just felt like they kind of shoehorned in Gail and Sydney, and it was all really about Dewey. He was the only one that had like a real development. The other two just, and that could bring me into my third point, actually. Dewey's demise. I feel like they needed an excuse to bring Sydney back, but is that a big enough excuse to kill him off? Was his death that necessary? Is my point there, I think.
There's the other argument with Dewey's death. Did Amber actually kill him?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because when you look at the height,
that's what I was saying earlier. Yeah.
It was like there's no way she could have overpowered him. No
Yeah.
way.
There's some powerful lifts in those shoes if it's her.
Yeah.
They never truly think that through, do they?
No.
You know what we were talking about earlier, though, as well, is that, oh, God love him, like, Dewey's been essentially almost off in every single one. Like, he's been stabbed so many times. So, in a sense, it was about time. It's the same as Gail. Like, Gail's been almost off in every single one as well.
And I love it. I love that they have the guts to take away such a loved character and do that. But at the same time, it was like, but Dewey.
I know. I
Gail?
definitely cried.
It affects Gail as well. Gail's character is sort of watered down throughout the rest of the film.
Yeah.
So I think it affects her as well. I just think they put more effort into Dewey because it was his final stance, whereas the other two sort of just exist.
Yeah.
I do like this film. I really do. It's just that's the characters I'm a bit off with.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was a shift that they needed in 2 when they did away with name brain. But when they got rid of him, it was almost like we need another moment that people don't see coming. And you almost preempt it because of the way he is a really core focus of 5, whereas he hadn't been before. So you almost anticipate it at this stage, but they needed something else to drive it forward. And it really did hurt. That one was probably more painful.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit like, sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think they knew they were going to be making more films. at this point, I think. Like carrying on the trilogy with these new characters. And I think it was a way of like, we need to do away with these original characters from the previous films and start kind of making our own new generation of horror lovers, like perhaps. But
I do think there's probably an element of that. Like I do think that I mean, like, as we're talking about, like, so Neve Campbell wasn't really in the fifth one. Like, she was there, like, but she wasn't really in it. Like, she just turned up and got a paycheck. So she wasn't like one of these characters that you were like, oh my God, like that scene with her. I mean, I can barely remember her in it. It was, at the hospital, and there wasn't that many. It was all like very secondary rather than like the kind of final girl. Realistically, and yeah, I think that I've just had a brain fart. I forgot where I was going with that.
I also think as well
brain fog is not fun.
I also think as well that her placement in that, and the same with the Sydney character, feels like an afterthought. It feels like, oh God, we have to put them in here because they're staples, and they were in the original, been in everything. But it felt like they weren't there with a purpose. It felt like we have to throw them in, give them something to do, go and give them something in the background, like just give them a paycheck and go. It didn't feel like there was a purposeful intent for those characters. There was no art really, apart from Dewey. And I think Gail was probably more intentional than Sydney. I could have done without Sydney in 5, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
there was nothing there for her.
Yeah, I agree.
The one thing I liked was when Richie was watching the YouTube, watching the stabs and like the podcast on YouTube.
Definitely.
And you see like in the corner where it got Kirby lives, Stu with the telly on his head. Then you've got the ghost fit with the flamethrower in the stabs. I'm assuming you all knew that was Matthew Lillard in the ghost fit. Yeah. I was gonna say. But could you would you watch it as if it was 1, 2, and then 5?
I could do that
with cutting
personally.
3 and 4 out.
Yeah, personally, I could.
Like, Ty's still in like Back to Woodsboro, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Would you ever watch it like that, or would you just go the full hog and just watch it?
I could do that. I think 4. I do really like 4, probably more than 5 in a lot of aspects. But there's so many Easter eggs in 5 and so many nods and throwbacks.
Yeah,
it's like overwhelming, but it is cool when you watch it back second time.
Yeah,
it definitely feels more like a Scream film as well. 3 and 4 feel, as I say, like 3 was never intended. 4 was 11 years after the fact. So the two of them are almost effectively standalones. You could treat them as offshoots of the franchise as opposed to villains. And I think that could work almost better if you treated 3 as an homage, and then it went, oh, we've got Stab, and then this is the homage to that, and then 4 kind of sits somewhere. It's almost like a fan made. I hate to say that, but like it feels that vibe. It doesn't fit anywhere else in the timeline. So easily do 1, 2, 5.
I mean, when you think about it, right, with 4 and 5, like you've practically had to wait 20 years for 2 films.
Yeah.
Like but you don't think about like how long, because like obviously they've been out for that long now, but when you look back, it's like 20 years for 2 films. Like it's mental when you think about it, like time-wise.
And that really shows with the story and the continuation, because like how quickly they succeeded one with the second. It flows so wonderfully. It was well thought out, it was well crafted. Everyone had a purpose for being there. And then 3 was kind of like, it kind of makes sense, but it doesn't continue anything. And 4 really just feels like another piece altogether. So I would actually quite happily sit and watch 1, 2, 5 and see what happens. Watch the ladder for 6 because that's my favorite kill. But
one of the most sort of unique things about 5 is my 4th point, and that is Billy Loomis and the visions that she's having, and it throws you back to that sort of biological destiny. Like I think it's overlooked in Scream that there's so much family stuff goes on, like Nancy, Jill, Roman, Richie's family and the following. It's like they all see murder as a solution. It's almost like this bizarre family dynamic. I just wondered what you thought, whether you thought that was effective, the visions of Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing I don't like about it is where he looks down and like points to the knife underneath the curtain.
Okay, yeah.
That's the only like nitpick I have. I'm like,
Yeah, if
I
it's a
don't mind him
vision.
getting killed. That's a good scene. It's just when he looks down and points it. I'm like,
Yeah.
But the rest of it, I don't have a problem with.
I just thought he looked weird because they tried to de-age him, didn't they? And
Yeah, he's aged quite well. So.
His face looked weird. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a weird concept, I thought, anyway, because it was kind of like, where did she come from? Like, I know. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so clearly he was cheating on Sydney way back.
Yeah.
It was I don't think I like that element of it, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I think it's because she wasn't putting out, was she? Because they made a point of that she was a virgin and all that. So he's gone and done things, in the meantime. I think that maybe that's what they were
sexually anorexic.
And he wasn't exactly a good boyfriend, was he?
No, he wasn't. No.
No.
Well, speaking of boyfriends, we'll go into the last point. Richie's character. I thought when he first turned up that he had the potential to be like a new sort of legacy character that would go on for a while. I think he has a bit of a look of Stu about him. I thought he'd have been a cool relation or something. But did you think that? Because I thought it was a bit predictable, even though they make you think and doubt yourself, which is one of the skills. Yeah, I just thought he maybe had the potential to be something more than somebody that was just going to get ousted straight away as soon as he joined the franchise,
Yeah, I definitely saw the likeness with Stu as well. I really was hoping for that moment. And then secretly deep down, because Matthew Lillard is the god, that we really want him to be back, and then he is. We think. But yeah, like to think that could have been a really lovely moment without making it a big fanfare affair, because now we're waiting on 7 going, we know he's there, but where? It could have been a really cool moment to like loop that character, give it something extra, and have a little nod to the fans and go, we know you want him back. There he is.
Yeah.
Without making it a big thing. I don't know. I was a bit disappointed because I saw the likeness straight away and I was just like, oh, here we go. But nothing made of it. This is just a shame. It's a missed point.
Yeah. It's like, oh shit, it's Ghostface.
Oh my god. He's in a road. It's the boots every time.
That's my 5 anyway, so.
Yeah, I like just quickly staying on 5 for a sec. I like when they first meet Dewey at the trailer park and the look on Richie's face, like actually getting to meet him. You can see like how starstruck he is. Like,
yeah.
But then Dewey like literally gives the full plot away in that scene. It's you.
That's it. They make you doubt. Oh, of course it's not going to be him, and it was. It can either be great or an anticlimax.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you lot, but it really felt like they dragged his death out. I really could have done without it being that long.
Yeah.
It's painful enough. We've been through this trauma now.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I said at the end of this, because I was watching it with my partner at the time, so obviously, and she brings it up in 6. So doesn't she stabs him like, does she say like 22 times or something? Then she slits his throat and then she shoots him in the head. I'm like, when the police come, when does it cross the line of like, that was self-defense, like this guy was trying to kill me, to like completely crossing over that line, like, because having all those times, slit his throat and shoot him in the head is like, it's going far. Like, would you actually get into trouble for that?
See, for me, I think to get away with that, they're just going to keep paying the rent on that building and just leave him there, so they'll never.
Never mind that smell.
I do get what you're saying, though. At some point, it becomes like desecration, doesn't it?
Yeah. Are you just doing this for fun?
I think that's
like
sorry, just to say, there's a quick extra kick to the balls as well for such a beloved character to go out so brutally.
Yeah.
Like, what did he do to deserve that? Honestly.
Yeah. I did like when Billy's daughter's character, whose name I cannot remember right now.
Sam.
Yes. But when she has the knife and she goes like that and she takes the blood off of it and it's in the exact same way as what Billy does. I like that.
I think they were definitely trying to paint a picture of she could
Yeah.
possibly be a killer, follow her father's footsteps kind of thing. And
Totally.
I'm not going to lie, I kind of would have liked it if they'd have gone there.
I know. Same.
Yeah.
They kind of, it's a shame actually because they do nod to it at the end of 6, don't they? And it's almost like, oh yeah, she's going to be the killer, but obviously we now know that she's, although, you know, maybe we got on to, obviously we'll talk about 6, but you know, you never know. You never know. Maybe she is in 7 and maybe she's the killer and nobody knows, like.
Yeah, it's just all a double bluff, everything that's happening.
That's it.
We're J.R. Ewing us, and it's all a dream.
Oh God, can you
have a
imagine?
house party?
Imagine it'll take us back to the house party.
Should we move on to number 6?
Yeah. So I just took out like a couple of notes here. Like I think we'll just all chat anyway. But like I had put down here like Kirby's comeback. Like I don't know about anybody else, but I remember watching it and I was like, what? Like she's alive. It was like, what? Because I just assumed she was dead. But then you think back to 4 and you go, holy crap! Like we didn't find out if she was dead or not, but obviously she wasn't. But and I liked that.
I liked her in 4, but I didn't like her in this one that much.
Oh, did you know?
I was with Gail. I think Gail made a comment about her being too young to be an FBI. And that was my first thought. I was like, there's no way FBI.
I felt like someone cosplayed Dana Scully, but really badly. She was running around a Comic-Con. Like, it was not an FBI moment. Like, no, don't buy you.
I mean, I get that. I guess I probably agree with that. It didn't feel like that, but I still liked her. And I did like how they then made it out that she was the killer, and I just thought that was pretty cool. Like, and then she kind of not saved the day, but she's involved in some sort of saving of said day.
Can we talk about the shrine that's in the film?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Like that dad must have had like some serious connections to get all that gear.
Yeah.
It's a fan's dream, isn't it? That.
And I think
I was just going to say, even that setting as well for that finale is wonderful.
It's
so cool.
That's like, the strongest point, I think.
Balcony, you got the eaves as well, so you can have it was wonderful.
Yeah, when they brought number 6 out, they did I made like a video on it, like showing like all the pictures from what people had posted and what like the site had done and everything. That in I think it was either New York or LA, they set up a building, like a pop-up building where they had like a Scream shrine museum that you could walk through, like loads of rooms. And they had like all that stuff from the films like in there.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a look on my like on my channel, like I've got like a Scream content one where like I post all the Scream, like it's on there. I think it's only like 2 or 3 minutes long, but like it shows like all the pictures that were like everyone who posted stuff that was in there. But yeah, I mean that's shrine. Like it's even got the telly that kills. Well,
killed him. Yeah.
You presume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The television that was on his head.
Right. So I want to. Right. I mentioned this like the other day in the chat. Right. I want to throw a theory out for being like, forget the beginning kill for 1 second. The guy, like, saying that, should we talk about before we get in, should we talk about the beginning kill?
Yeah. So I remember like we were watching it and my husband and I literally looked at each other again, the naivety that was in us. We looked at each other and we're like, yeah, like, oh, I love her, she's so good, like I love her movies, this is going to be amazing. And then then we were just looking at each other like absolute fools. Like, what on earth? Like, why were we so excited that she was in this? Like, of course she was going to die. And also, it's the first time that you've ever seen Ghostface take his own mask off and reveal himself at that stage, obviously. And again, you're like, whoa, they've revealed them, and it's like, oh, you're just so stupid.
Just breaking a few rules to start, just to
Yeah,
get you on board with it.
yeah, but it was
Yeah.
brilliant. Like,
And
it
that
was
worked
brilliant.
so well because I think 6 is such a grittier take on the franchise. Working
Yeah.
in New
So,
York,
yeah.
moving from Woodsboro completely,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
completely upends that franchise, and you set it off straight off the bat with like that. It was wonderful, like that.
Yeah.
Actually, just thinking about it and talking about it now, 6 is probably one of my favorites.
I love
as
the
well.
New
Same.
York setting.
Yeah.
I think the subway scene and the scene,
Oh,
the scene in the shop,
so
Love
good.
got the shotgun. They're my favourite scenes in this.
Yeah,
It's the ladder. It gets me. I have a thing for a fear of falling.
That's the best scene
And
to
that
me.
ladder,
oh, it is
every
iconic.
single one, and they're shaking, and you see him come in behind the girlfriend. And you're like, no, and then she
Yeah.
just jumps, and you're like, oh damn, that drop.
Yeah.
Is, I feel
Also,
that
how she hadn't passed out by then, though, I do not know. But
Yeah,
yeah.
we're here for it. We're here for it. It was gory. It was like sweaty palms, you know, because you're like watching it. You're like, oh, like it was like, because I mean, I think I would have just taken my chances with Ghostface. I don't think I would have made that ladder. Like,
No, I hate heights. I couldn't have done that either.
nah.
Apparently, she wanted to do her own
Step
stunt
ladder,
stuff.
you know how rickety
Oh, wow.
you hear it, and you're like, even just taking 2 steps up a step ladder, and you're like, I'm shaking. This is not
Yeah.
okay. Like trying to do that between 2 apartment buildings. Forget it.
No, definitely. That's some cojones.
I
Right.
tried to go on.
Oh, go on. Sorry, go on.
I was
No,
just
you're-
going to say I tried to watch 6 on its own. I don't actually like it as part of it. I know that sounds better, but I'd rather
I
watch that
don't
as
know
a
what you
movie.
mean.
I enjoy it
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
Otherwise, it's like
Yeah.
I feel like
Alright.
Gail's character is wasted and stuff as well. It's just
Yeah.
I've got a few issues with that movie.
Aye.
Right. So I want to talk about So just talk about the opening kill where he gets killed, like the people get killed. But I want to talk about the potential of a 4th killer in this film, because obviously you've got the dad, the brother, the sister. Right. My theory on this is that there is a 4th killer in right through this film, because the bodega scene, all right, where they run into the bodega, Ghostface chases him in there with a shotgun. Right, now you've got the dad at the crime scene, like with all the policemen, and you've got the brother and sister upstairs with the twins. So who is that Ghostface?
Tumbleweed.
yeah. Like, I'm trying to think back of like who was where.
I know.
Um,
It's just begging for a rewatch now. Is that?
Yeah,
yeah.
we just watched it the other day, but
So,
Yeah, I just did that.
so Tara gets the phone call from the dad saying, "We found your cards at the crime scene," because he's there with all the rest of them, and the brother and sister are with them in that room with the twins. As Sam and Tara leave.
it's probably the
So
dad.
who-
It probably wasn't at the crime scene.
No, you see him next. He's with everyone, like looking at the stuff. So who is that Ghostface?
I don't know.
Don't you just see the hand get the license out of the blood? Do you
Back to the
actually-
first one, though, isn't it? It's like who
Yeah.
killed
I might need to
Casey.
we might all need to rewatch it and actually figure that one out.
yeah,
It'd be worth googling to see if anyone else has asked this question,
yeah,
Yeah.
like a Reddit forum or something.
yeah.
Right, that's
Yeah,
our
that's
homework.
You can't
Yeah.
question these films too much because there's definite plot holes in them all.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's it.
It's
Yeah,
just,
no doubt.
I rewatched it the other week and I was like, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. What was other kind of things I had put down? To be fair, I had put down about it being the first time there was 3 killers. I think that's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which was different because normally it's majority of them it's 2, isn't it? Apart
Total
from
ambition.
Roman.
Right.
Roman was the only standalone,
Oh.
wasn't he?
I have a huge thing I've got to say about that. It's also a
Mm.
fake out death done right, because in 3 you think Roman's dead, but she checks his pulse
Mm-hmm.
in 3, whereas in this one you genuinely think she's dead,
Oh yeah.
and then she comes back. It's like, what the where the hell have you come from? Whereas in the first one I was like, no, that can't be right. In the third, so they got it right this time. Is
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, and I love I did love, and I've kind of touched on it in the rest of when we've been talking about Randy, but I do love the fact that Randy's family are carrying on his kind of, I don't know what you would call it, but
lectures.
yeah, and oh, and again, his niece, she's literally standing there, when they're all outside the school, and yeah, it's clearly going to be you, look, and it's and I love that. Again, it's in plain sight, and it's just,
And even
it's
the whole
so
way
good.
through, she keeps eyeing up Ethan, doesn't she? And she won't go by him in on the subway and stuff, because she's
That's right. She's just yeah. So true. I love that.
Can we all agree, how mint it would be to go to New York on Halloween, with everyone dressed up the way they were?
Oh.
I'd love to go to America on Halloween.
See, my husband earlier on was looking up kind of Easter eggs, and there was so apparently there's little nods on the subway. So there's somebody dressed up as Wednesday, which is obviously a nod.
To Jenna.
Yeah, and then there's, oh God, what else? He's up the stairs. So I can't remember them all. I should have taken a note of them, but Google it anyway, because there was a load of people on the subway which were all a nod to different things. I'm sure there's somebody else in. Oh, apparently as well. This is what's his name now? The Fonzie.
Oh, Henry Winkler.
That's the one. Apparently he is dressed up at the party at the beginning. When they're at a party, apparently he's dressed up. Google that as well. We've tried to spot him every time, and I can never spot him. But apparently he's dressed up at the party. So
doing that, then
yeah, he's the one catching you need against the jukebox. What do you mean?
Yeah.
So good. Yeah.
Have we got any more to talk about number 6, or are we done?
The only other thing for me in 6 was Chad. There's no way he would have survived.
Yeah, to be fair, I was happy he did, but
it was a tribute to Dewey.
Yeah.
Every single stab that Dewey's endured, all in one.
Just every single stab through the franchise.
It does make you wonder what he did to piss someone off. What did you do to deserve such a death?
Honestly,
I think that was a meta take on the Naked Gun. Do you know where OJ gets shot about 70 times in the middle of Michael Logan?
Honestly, I mean, if he survives that, then Julius Caesar should have had a lot more years.
Yeah, they're taking some Friday the 13th liberties there with the old death, I think. A bit of a miss there. What's the old adage about Jason Voorhees? I don't always die, but when I do, I don't. That's the adage, and that's what he's done there.
Yeah. He definitely shouldn't have survived, but yeah.
Yeah, wonderful.
Did we want to talk about Scream 7, or are we going to leave it?
You could do an entire new one on the possibilities of 7.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to echo what I always say about film, and it just pisses me off so much. Is I love trailers in what they used to be, as in they give you a hint. But I think with this genre in the last 10 years, they've spoiled a lot of the death. And
I won't watch them anymore.
The 7, the only thing getting me there is Matthew Lillard, and if he's not a big part, I'm not interested. I will walk, because I'm not hyped on it. And the last one that really got me was Silent Night, Deadly Night. They put everything bar the quad bike in, and the Nazis. Everything else was there, and I wasted almost 2 hours in a cinema seeing stuff I'd already seen to death in a trailer. And unfortunately, Scream has been at the forefront of every horror film that I've seen. I go to cinema every week. It's there in front of every horror screening at the moment.
I've ignored it every time, hands in the ears, and I look down at the floor.
Yeah, I do that. No.
The killer this time around. I'm over it. I'm so over it. If they're going to do it now.
I've watched the first trailer that they brought out for the new Scream, and that's it. I haven't watched the 10 or 12 TV spots they've brought out.
Yeah.
Because that's like one trailer for me. That one trailer was enough to
Yeah.
You've seen everything, I think. It's going to take quite a lot to pull off something that's a surprise now.
It's a better experience when you don't watch them. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't watch
agree.
any of Companion, and I went in and I absolutely loved it because I hadn't seen a minute of a trailer, and I was blind to it, and that's way better. It's
And
similar
thing,
Abigail,
yeah. Abigail is a prime example of ruining it. I would have loved to have not known she was a vampire.
yeah,
Spoiler alert.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
It's been out a couple of years, people. But like the other one was like I have this real thing about. I'm going to get on a horror rant now because fuck it, we're in the right group. Oscar Perkins, like, oh my god, make a good movie, please, and please don't put your end like creatures in the trailer and every piece of marketing, because that was the most exciting thing about Keepers was your creepy things in the basement, and you threw them on every piece of marketing. And they weren't in the whole film until the final 5 minutes, and then they're there, and I'm like, that would have been wonderful had you not put it everywhere.
Yeah.
I hate the marketing. It's just the worst thing about horror. It's the worst.
Yeah, for me, it was the same with the Blumhouse Halloween trilogy. They pretty much shot like everything like in order for that film, like in the trailer, like they just put it point for point, and I was like,
I'm so glad I made this decision because I've not seen any of these that you're talking about now because I just won't.
I've tried to avoid them for a long time now and I avoid like a lot of people on social media now will break apart a trailer or something, or have theories. So I like avoid if it's a film I really want to watch, like Scream 7, Ready or Not 2. I haven't watched anything on that because I absolutely adore the first film and I don't want to know anything until I go and watch it at the cinema.
I was quite glad I actually did watch that trailer, and the only reason I am is because when I heard they were doing a second one, I was like, oh, please no. Like, it was so good. Please don't ruin it and just try and make money for the sake of it. And I watched it and I was like, hell yeah, that looks so good. And it did ruin it. But
the only one I've seen recently that I hadn't seen a trailer for was Iron Lung, and God knows how I managed to get away with that because of the hype, because of his first film. But if anyone watching does have a moment, go and see it, because my God, that needs to be seen on a big screen.
Yeah, it's not playing.
There's a reason it's record breaking for blood. Wow, it was wonderful.
Yeah,
I do want to see it, but it's not at our local cinema, so I'll have to try and find it somewhere.
Yeah, do go and see it on the big screen because it's absolutely worthwhile.
Yeah,
it's wonderful.
I think that's everything, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.
Now it's just time to wait till the 27th, and
Yeah.
I have got that week off. So I'm going.
That's you every day.
The first showing. So the first showing, it is out. I am going to see it.
So we're in Florida, but obviously we're there with our daughter. It's on our 10-year wedding anniversary, and I'm like, oh man. So we were actually chatting earlier on, and we were like, do we just? Because I'm so scared to see a spoiler. I'm like, do we just go separately on the same day, and like. Do you know that way? But it's like, it's a 10-year wedding anniversary. They really want to spend their time apart. Like, so, but I don't know whether it's worth it just to think me either that, or I'm booking a babysitter in for like the Tuesday after we get home or something, because we're home a few days later. So, yeah.
Just avoid social media while you're away.
Yeah, don't Madeline McCann while you're over there.
By the way, that's what I said. I says, I'm not Madeline McCann. That's definitely not. She'll don't think that's approved. Definitely not.
Oh, the Yelp reviews. Oh no, it's not.
No. Thing is, I could probably get a sitter, but I wouldn't trust a sitter in a foreign country. Like,
but you don't know.
No, definitely if I knew somebody, but nah. Back in the day, you could have put them into the kids' club. Like, do you remember those when you were in Spain and stuff?
Yeah.
The big tea club or whatever it was called. Thompson.
Tiger Club was mine.
Yeah, Haven's Tiger Club, Rory.
Yeah. Still got the hat.
Do you know what? Right, actually, I got my Xbox out, like the original Xbox, the other day, and like my brother had like downloaded all these CDs onto it, And we went like one year when I was 18 or 19. I went away with my brother and his mates to Primrose Valley, and he'd made us travel from Primrose Valley to Blue Dolphin, like the next Haven site, to buy the Haven Rory the Tiger, like the CD, the Haven Holiday CD.
Yeah.
And he put that song on loop for the rest of the holiday, just that one song.
Yeah, I remember it.
And then I was looking through the songs on the Xbox, and it was on, like, the full CD was on there. So I was just
running for rhinos.
Yeah. Right, I think that brings that to the end of our Stabathon.
Yeah. We've taken up nearly 2.5 hours. I feel like we could have had an hour.
This has been an event worthwhile, let me tell you. I'm so happy that we've all come on and just had a laugh talking about everything.
Yeah,
so
no, it's fun.
And thanks for having us as well. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. It's created an anticipation as well, haven't you? So
yeah,
I know. By the way, right, I've loved all your, like, the thumbnails, because I thought I'd done a good job, but like you guys, what you have made is like just blew mine completely out the water. I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No,
I'm a bit good with the digital stuff. I'm not good with the talking, but the rest of it.
Oh no, like the app I've got rubbish compared to what you've been doing. But right, that brings us to the end of our very first live Stabathon. I cannot thank you enough, my special guests that have come on today, about talking about the entire Scream franchise. So again, thank you so much.
Yep.
Thanks for having us. We can, I don't know, do this again sometime down the line when we're all free one day, whenever.
Yeah, after Seven's come out and give everyone a bit of time to watch it, maybe we can.
Sounds good.
Like I said, hopefully Lee Waddell will be coming back on, because he said he'd review it with me. So I'm praying, not at 4 o'clock in the morning again. So I'm praying that happens. Because like, I'll be like, what happened? What?
It's like my WrestleMania day, so I got to set the alarm early. Just give me a bit of notice.
Yeah.
A bit of time to get some coffee and we'll be fine.
But yeah, if you all want to come back on and discuss number 7 sometime, like further down the line, I'd be more than happy to do that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, that brings us to the end of our live Stabathon. I would like to thank everyone who has watched, everyone who was going to watch, because this has just been an amazing nearly 2.5 hours, which is incredible.
Sorry, guys.
And, but as always, I am Antwood Movie Mania. These have been my special guests, and please like, subscribe, and we will definitely see you next time at our next Scream 7/Stabathon, and we will see you later.
Bye. See you guys.